Halloween, Christian, is coming up. And well, it's coming up in like a month or 2 months at this point, at the time of recording.
No, it's September.
Oh, right. That's next month. I always forget November.
You're like
is
Robin
not
Williams in
October.
Jumanji. What year is that?
Yeah, I apparently had a brain fart. But Halloween is coming up. And I want to keep it simple this year, but I still want to dress up. So I don't know if I'm going to use this, but you can, and anybody listening can use this. If you want a simple, fun, it's going to get a good chuckle when you knock on the door. Go naked.
Okay, I knew that's where you were going.
Slap a potato right on your dong, and this only works for guys.
Oh, no.
Slap a potato right on your dong. Go as a dictator. So you can take that or leave it. Did you ever see that? Okay, funny.
That's pretty clever, I will admit. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing on the inside.
There is it's a meme. Well, it's not a meme. It is a meme by definition, but it's like a real account of somebody. It's like a story. And
I'm laughing about what delayed laughing.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It's there was this person that I'm assuming they had a kid. They lived in a college town, and they had a knock on their door, thinking it's trick-or-treaters. When they opened the door, they were greeted with another door that said, "Please knock." So confused, they did knock, and these college guys dressed as like old ladies started like just cooing over them and like pinching their cheeks and, "Oh my gosh, these are such great costumes," and gave them candy. Have you ever heard about it?
I didn't hear about it, but I like it.
Like, I wish in college I'd have thought of that and done that. Because how great.
Well,
like, just going door to door, handing out candy, like reverse.
Spencer.
Yeah.
I've got a DeLorean in my room.
Let's go.
We'll get in it. We'll go back in time.
We're going back.
We'll do it together. It'll be fun.
It will be fun. Maybe we'll get Joel. Maybe we won't.
We don't need him for this one.
I mean, he's an actor. An actor.
Morris.
All right. Hey, are you recording this?
Oh.
You recording? Let me double check.
Yep.
You recording?
Wait.
Oh, yep, you're recording. That's good. You recording? I'm recording?
I'm recording.
Well, hey, we got Arm Cocoons, Lizzie McSpider, Generic Blue Sky Beam, Broken Promises. All of this and more on this edition of Sequel Men, the podcast.
Coming at you, not live from the sewers of New York. Two men talk about the films you care about. Or don't. It's the Sequel Men podcast, and it starts right now.
You watching football?
It's just on. It's just on.
It's just on.
It's just on. But it's...
All right, well, he watches football. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Sequel Men, the podcast.
Yee.
That yee is right. And who just said that? I'm Christian Bringenall, by the way. That's my name. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Or if you're a first timer, welcome. Too many welcomes. Go ahead, you take over.
Hi, Spencer.
So you got to speak up a little
Spencer,
bit.
hi. How are you?
He's a little timid.
Welcome
tonight.
to the ASMR hour.
That dictator joke took a lot out of him.
It did. We're the Sequel Men. We talk about Hollywood's greatest and not so greatest film franchises, or in its simplest form, movies with sequels, much like this one that we're doing today. And at the end of each franchise, we do a little recapping and talk about our favorite moments. I have a recap rap, and we give our final important necessary score, which is the Finn score. You'll hear that. It's out of 100. And we announce the next one. And at the time of recording, it's NFL's opening weekend. So I'm hyped.
Go Lions.
Well, I was hyped.
That's not a lie.
Until my team lost 38-3 tonight. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
38-3?
Yeah.
The Pack lost that badly?
But I will say, Aaron Rodgers, 2 interceptions, really stunk it up. Not a great look for us. But I will say, last year, the Super Bowl champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, lost to the Saints 38-3 as well. And they won the Super Bowl. It's the first game. I'm not panicked yet. It's the first game.
Hey, I know. Now you know how we feel.
Embarrassing.
Now you know how we feel.
And
except
honestly,
they didn't lose all their preseason games.
We did.
You did too?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
None of the starters played in the preseason. I think that's the reason why they were a little off sync tonight.
I think this might be the only. Hopefully not. But the Lions performed better.
They did
tonight.
They did.
And I watched it. I was at my parents' house, and I was watching. I walked in the room, and I saw it was 17-42. I was like, oh, well, the Lions are losing again. And then I was sitting and looking on my phone and stuff, and they got, an interception or a turnover, ran the ball in for a touchdown. I was like, ooh, well, this is a positive development. Then what happened? The San Francisco dropped the ball, or they had a fumble, and the Lions picked it up and ran it in for another touchdown with a minute and a half,
I don't think
almost 2 minutes.
For a touch, they scored after that, didn't they? I don't know. Honestly,
they got 2 touchdowns. They didn't get the third one to win the game,
right?
Because they held them off.
I like a good finish. I was hoping that they would have scored and they'd have gone into overtime.
Wouldn't
and
that
lost.
have been awesome?
Because that would have been a cooler story. But I still don't. Hey, and the Bears are playing right now, and if they lose,
Bears,
the NFC North, that's the division that the Bears, Vikings, Packers are in. If the Bears lose, which it's looking like they're going to, it's the first quarter, but the team they're playing they're much better. But if they lose tonight, the NFC North will have all lost their games. So it literally won't hurt us at all.
You know what? I don't really understand the rules of football. I was just talking to my dad about it
more
earlier.
Points than the other team.
Oh, really?
They're going to think we're a sports podcast.
It's the opposite of golf, where you want to get the lower number. Negative.
Also, the excitement level is the exact opposite as golf, too.
Well, if you're really looking to relax, just turn on the golf on first 3 rounds. 4th round on Masters Sunday, that's exciting if you get in a tie and you get to a playoff. I've watched some, so I would know. But anyway, I was at my grandparents' Friday night listening to the Big Reds, Muskegon Big Reds football team.
Oh, yeah, high school football.
Listening to it on the radio, having some pizza. And 4th quarter, they were down by quite a bit. I can't remember what the score was, but they ended up coming back. It was like they just flipped a switch, and they came back, turned around, turnovered the game, whatever. That's a really crappy thing. That's a cat in the background, if you heard that. Yeah, cat in the background. But it was exciting. It was exciting. And I went to a Big Reds game, the season opener, the home opener.
I saw your Snapchat there. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I sent it to you. To you. Because I know you like football. And I was very happy to see all the Space Jam shirts that some of the kids were wearing. Nice. That was cool.
Tell them about our podcast.
We just did an episode of Space Jam.
How old are you? 12? Yeah, you've heard
Well, no, they were high schoolers.
Oh, well, then they can listen to our
goose.
Stuff.
No, I have some funny things. Number one, some guy ran out onto the field either during halftime or right at the beginning of the second half. Took the ball, ran to the other side of the field, took some selfies, jumped over the brick wall, and ran down the road.
So he got away.
He got away.
Wow.
And one of the other players from Cass Tech, I think it was, they were just like, think John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, just except his arms were like, what the hell? Or Eddie Brock.
What the hell?
Eddie Brock in the original Spider-Man trilogy. And what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Spider-Man. But second.
You finish, and then I have a couple more things.
They were doing
sports related, then we'll be done.
A little memorial segment for some of the season ticket holders that have passed away. And they were like, well, we hope you're watching from up above and enjoying the game or whatever. But the Big Reds were getting their butts kicked real bad. They didn't have a good game a couple weeks ago. And their guys were like, oh, they're watching all right. They're yelling at the coach. And then it started raining. It was drizzling. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, they're crying up there because they're doing so poorly.
Is that too soon? No, that's fine. That's in good taste, right?
That got a big laugh out of me and my sister. That was funny.
That's fine to say because you're not making fun of them. That's fine to say. Yeah. Couple, just like 3 more football related things.
They had a good reason to have a bad game that night, though.
Right.
I guess a couple of the players, one lost their grandmother, I heard, on game day.
Right.
Maybe, I'm not exactly sure about that, but one of the players lost their dad on the same day.
That's rough.
And I can see how that can impact a performance.
I've seen it impact it both ways.
But they came back and won the next week's game, which was a couple days ago. So.
I've seen it impact it both ways. You see all these stories, like professionals, like Brett Favre several years ago. The day after his dad passed away, he went out and he had a Monday night game, and he threw like 5 touchdown passes, and they won the game. So sometimes it works differently. There's players that like lose a loved one in the NBA. The next day they think, yeah, I gotta play for them. I have to do this at least to keep my mind off it. So I'm not thinking about them, but this one's for them, and they score 50 points or whatever. I've seen that, so it works. It works in different ways. But yeah, Grand Valley State, our alma mater, they won their season opener, 34 I think 14. So that was a big win.
Well, you know who they had to cheer him on?
Joel voice Bowie.
Bowie.
He has no idea what's going on in the game. He's just, what?
I'm
here to talk about the band.
Well, I don't watch sports.
I'm here for the band.
I don't care about fucking sports. What?
MSU is off to a great start after having an abysmal last couple seasons, but their offense looks like it's back. Michigan State, so that's fun.
I was at a bar with Michael and his dad on game
McCallum?
day. Yeah, in Lansing. I went and saw him yesterday.
That makes sense.
And it was game day. They had the game on, and we could only order from the game day menu.
They're fun to watch.
I didn't watch them. I was too busy laughing and talking.
No, that's fine too. It's the atmosphere. And then
and I'm not a state guy. I'm a Michigan Ann Arbor fan, so
yeah. The game did not go how anybody wanted. I'm not going to say the score, but Kalamazoo College, where my nephew plays and starts, he's a starting safety.
Ooh.
They had they lost, but he led the team with 13 tackles, and he is leading the conference after 2 games. Micah, yep. He's leading the conference, the whole conference in tackles. So it's only been 2 games, but he's around the ball, so that's fun. But Spider-Man, we've been talking about sports for too long, and I never thought I'd say that. But
I know, right? Especially me. Am I a Skrull?
Yeah. What?
What's that? Huh?
Is that? All right. But the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh
Andrew
man,
Garfield.
It's been a year. What are you looking for?
There's
spiders?
something on the wall. It looks like a spider. No, it's just a.
It's a little marking.
I thought that'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Been a year.
It's been a year since May.
Tell him, Christian, why we are decided to take a different route from what we were originally going to do and talk about the Amazing Spider-Man duology.
What we were originally going to do.
Don't say what we were originally going to do.
Oh, well, okay.
We had a different franchise plan.
Wait.
Because we might do that one next. Though.
We might.
Well, we're not doing it next.
Wait. No, we might. Well, maybe we will. Well, I don't know. But no, we decided because I just get a message. Spencer's like, "Whoa, our Spider-Man views have just blown up." Or views,
and those are older episodes.
Our listeners are tuning into the Spider-Man episodes like big time. What was the count? Like 50?
I don't know, but a lot.
It was a lot.
A lot more than what we usually.
But
we don't want to.
It was because of the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home, which is broke records.
I told Christian my theory on why our Spider-Man episodes are resurfacing and blowing up now is because it's relevant. There's rumors, and we're almost positive that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to show up in the movie. So people are going back. Let me look at
my calculator.
And they're just finding Spider-Man content to listen to.
90%
and they want to hear the older ones. So what I found one of my favorite podcasts a couple years ago when Infinity War was coming out.
Is that what? Oh, go ahead.
The Kind of Funny podcast they review. They are actually were our inspiration for this podcast. They do film franchises.
Does that have Greg Miller in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're funny.
He used to be at IGN.
They're so and I was just looking for Marvel movie content, like Marvel movie reviews, and this is when I was just starting to get into podcasts too, and I found because Infinity War was coming up, and I was like, I want Marvel content. I want recaps of this, like reviews. I want to hear it so I'm ready for Infinity War, and I'll rewatch the movies in preparation. But I just wanted more content and to hear people's reviews of them. And I came across theirs, and I wanted a comedy review, double whammy, and I found theirs. So now I'm an avid listener there. So I think that's what people are doing.
And hopefully we've got some avid listeners to us now.
I think so. I hope so. We'll check the review board. But
I hope our voices aren't too annoying.
They're not. Mine might
Joel,
be. Yours not.
Just kidding, Joel. What the fuck are you talking about?
But this The Amazing Spider-Man is an interesting movie. It's kind of one of those, like, not forgotten, but not really ever talked about. Because
it's an ugly duckling.
So weird.
It's the ugly duckling.
It was such a weird thing. Like, I didn't even know they were working on a reboot because it was the Spider-Man 3 just happened 5 years before this. It was like a quick turnaround, and I was looking on IMDb, and I happened to hear, and I'm like, "What? The Amazing?" Had no idea at the time that this was being worked on, that they were rebooting Spider-Man, because it wasn't on my radar, and I didn't know who Andrew Garfield was. I knew who Emma Stone was. I didn't know who Mark Webb was, the director. I didn't know any of these people at the time. But I was pumped because Spider-Man, like I've mentioned before, is one of, if not my favorite, superhero of all time. I think he's great. He's relatable. His powers are awesome. He's just fun. I love all the different suits.
Speaking of Andrew Garfield,
yes.
Once again, being asked in interviews while on press tour for another movie of his releasing. What is the movie that's coming out? I don't know what it's called.
But there was a video leaked of him on the set, and I don't know if it was real or not.
I think I saw a little clip of it, but
it
that could have been from 2014 or whenever Amazing Spider-Man came out.
But in the foreground, out of focus, are different Spider-Man hands.
2014.
And they looked like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit hands. And it just, I don't know. When did this come out? This was 2012,
2014.
Wasn't it? This was 2014? Okay,
yeah,
that's what I meant.
I'm reading an article from IndieWire, and it's about Andrew Garfield, quote, tried to meet in the middle, quote, with Sony boss during fights over Spider-Man. So I don't know what that was all about.
He was shafted with the Spider... Because honestly, you'll hear me say it a couple times maybe, but I think Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man is a much better Spider-Man and Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire was.
I see hints of Tom Holland in this performance, though.
Yeah, he brings more of that high school... He looks 30 still, but
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, he doesn't look like a high schooler. So. They were both like 40 when they were filming this.
They were not 40.
No, they were well in their 20s,
but it is the same Toby thing where he's like 25.
But that's fine. That's how it is. But he has more of that quippy, like more of that sense of humor, playful, fun, which is weird.
As Spider-Man.
Yeah. But it's weird because this is a darker toned Spider-Man film than the Tobey Maguire ones, but it's more playful Spider-Man.
Right?
And
there's kind of inverses of that in this movie in multiple levels, where they do some things right and other things aren't exactly what you would want.
Like they tried too hard with the reboot.
When it came out, which we also got to do the when were you where were you when it came out? Well, let me start. I went and saw it at the midnight premiere with a group of buddies of mine.
Fun.
At the Cinema Carousel, I believe. So that was fun. One of my good friends, Justin Taylor, was with me. I remember that specifically. But anyway, that's when I saw it. I liked it when I saw it. But over the years, they gone by, and you think, oh, well, how did that movie, age or whatever? But
I think it aged well, to be honest with you.
I think it did, but
I still love it a lot.
After I watched it, I think that I thought,
interesting.
It was kind of like, and even today, you kind of get this vibe that it's like they Nolanized Spider-Man a little bit. I can see that. It's not as conceptually intricate and intellectual as the Nolan movies were,
No.
like based on like the deep state and surveillance and things like that, and mind games and psychology. And
Right.
but this one takes a more realistic view on kids in high school in the 2010s, basically.
Yeah.
Kids like Peter in this movie who are loners, skateboarders.
Who apparently that's what nerds are really cool guys that skateboard. Like,
Different take.
Okay,
I know. I was
nerd.
in the same boat, but
that's what.
But yeah, it's kind of like a dark. Even the colors are muted in the movie.
There's
no color.
I love how it's shot.
I don't. We'll talk about it, but I don't.
We will. And you know another thing, I was really hyped about this because, anyway, I love Spider-Man, so I was hyped for a Spider-Man film.
You told me you saw every single one in theater.
I have. Still, I've seen every Spider-Man film, obviously besides like the ones from like the one.
How's bragging camp going?
I'm not bragging. I've just gone. Any movie that Spider-Man has been in, I've seen in a theater. So like Civil War, even any.
Guess what?
What?
I saw Spider-Man 1 twice in theater.
Ooh, cool. No, that's cool though.
And I joked about farting during the Tobey Maguire,
That's
Kirsten
so
Dunst in front of Aunt May scene.
Sidebar to my story.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I'll get to it actually later. We'll get to it. That's like
if I were a superhero, that would be my ability.
Make a shirt. We'll get to it.
Did it.
Yeah, you did. Interrupting man. I saw that. Do you remember? I don't think it's a thing anymore, but it was a new concept. Do you remember? It was here, the Celebration Cinema. That's our theater here. The D-Box.
Oh, yeah.
It was the seats that moved.
Yeah.
They really hyped it up. So I was like, Krista, that's my wife. She was not my wife at the time. Yeah, she was, I think.
You got the date tattooed.
When did it come out? It was probably before. It doesn't matter.
Summer of 2014. I guarantee
we got married
May.
in July. May. Okay, so it was before. It doesn't matter. Fiance then. But we went and saw it because she likes Spider-Man. So she likes watching the Spider-Man movies. It was fun. And we were like, let's go big. We're going to go this D-Box thing. We're going to check it out. It looks cool. This movie's a perfect one. Like $30 total for tickets. Not worth it. I don't think it's a thing anymore. And I
don't think it is anymore.
I think there's rows in it. I don't know, but if it is...
I think they got rid of them all when they put new seats in.
Good, because it was... I still like the movie,
I'm just imagining you guys sitting there going like...
It just moved a little bit. It did not enhance the experience. It was a waste of money.
They got air guns.
But man, but I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
But the movie was still great. Like I loved the. I think I saw this one twice, because I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I'm sorry.
At that Cherry Bowl Drive-In.
You know who I bet saw it more than twice?
Who?
Zach Coop.
We'll get him. We'll get him. No, not sorry. I love this movie. I love it. I think if I were to rank them right now to this point, it would go. Oh man, I think it would go Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3. I love this. I like it. Sure, it has its problems, but I like the Spider-Man. I love the suit. It was such a different take. I get it, and I love the villain because it was a villain we hadn't seen yet, so I was hyped about that.
The suit is different.
Oh, it's very... Because they had to
Yes.
be. It was such a close reboot. They had to be.
I know, but I don't...
It looks homemade.
It's homemade. I get that. I like that. I do appreciate that aspect.
Eyes.
But how... Okay. Logic. He learned how to sew.
Well, let's talk about that after.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, we'll talk about... But just initial
Just wait
thoughts.
till the second movie.
Yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man 2, where they kind of synthesized the Maguire suit with the...
Then I want to know how we
Spider-Man
made it.
suit.
But we'll talk. Yeah. So do you just want to get? You thought this was destined.
Out?
You thought this was destined for greatness because you could tell they were really trying to set several movies up with like the backstory with the parents and all that, and you thought it had to be good because who directed it? Mark Webb. Who directed 500 Days of Summer, I believe. They hired him.
Which is
his
good
last name.
With the Gwen Stacy Peter stuff because that movie's all about romantic.
That chemistry.
I've never seen it.
So much better than Toby and Kirsten Dunst. Like, leagues better.
I hunch.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing somebody. Oh
boy.
Therapy.
Oh boy.
I love that.
Oh boy. This was yikes.
I don't think there's very good on screen. I don't know. Listen to our other episodes and think what we said.
Yeah. Think what we said.
I know. I'm on the wall tonight.
Should we just get into Act 1?
I'm on the wall tonight.
You want me to get into Act 1? I can get into Act 1.
Yeah. I just want to preface by saying, I know I'm drunk. I pre-gamed before we... No, I'm not. Okay. False. I did not get drunk.
Okay.
But no, I remember I said that I wasn't very... Like, I kind of put a little poop sauce on this movie in our Spider-Man episodes. But it's not really... I think I said this too before. It's not really that awful. And I'm excited to get into it. But it's not perfect and it's got some problems.
Well, no.
Especially when you compare them to the other movies, they got issues too. This one does.
But
in some very important moments.
Yeah, different issues. And we'll get into those right now with Act 1.
You got an issue?
I don't.
Get a tissue.
Thank you for that.
Austin Powers.
Oh,
it's not funny.
There was 2 actors that I knew going into this. Sally Fields, which great casting for Aunt May. Like, she was a much better Aunt May than... No.
That
was Grandma May.
Do not.
That was Grandma May.
Do not say that, because Aunt May did in this movie was nag.
Okay, but she was still
Did you get the eggs?
She was
Get that stuff off the table. We're eating at this table. Get it off.
That delivery is weird. She and Uncle Ben were more aunt and uncle age in this, and... We get even better as we go.
That's true.
Eventually, they're going to be...
like Grandma May.
That's what she was.
That's what she is in the comics.
I know, but this just made more sense. Okay, what? Act 1.
She's still alive, and she just had a birthday.
Congratulations. What is she, 100? No,
she's 93, I believe.
I was close. I knew she was old.
Rosemary Harris. She could come back.
Well, honestly,
in No Way Home.
What if they did? Peter, where are you going?
There's a hero in all of us.
What if that was the post-credit scene? She just shows up in the portal. Where am I? Okay. Great.
Hello, Mary. Or hello, May.
I have one theory.
Go ahead.
I'm going to share that. I already shared it with you. And I just want to say it out loud. Okay. So then people can be like, he called it.
In No Way Home. This and it never happens.
In No Way Home. In No Way Home. Here's my theory.
Was it in No Way Home?
In No Way Home. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is going to show up. And Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to look and he's going to be like, what? And then he's going to look and just kind of to himself and just say, Uncle Ben? Because in the multiverse, his Uncle Ben was him. Because he like the doppelgangers. They're in a different multiverse universe. Yeah,
but no,
he looked like him, but was Uncle. I just think that would be kind of cool.
It would be cosmic and parallel university. Mm-hmm. But I think it would be kind of I don't know. You and Brandon were on the same page about it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It could work if they did it right, I guess.
Because they haven't addressed Uncle Ben yet. They need to. They need
important.
To. It is important. Okay, I'm going to get into Act 1.
Not in Tom Holland's.
Yes, it is. I'm going to get into Act 1.
Take the picture, Parker. Put him down, Flash. Take the picture. Put him down, Eugene. Hey. Come on, get up, Parker! Get up, come on! Come on! Still not taking the picture? Stay down, Parker! Who wants one more?
Flash! Huh? Flash? You still on for after school today? My house, 3:30? I hope you've been doing your homework. Last time I was very disappointed in you.
No, Flash, how about we go to class?
How about it?
Act 1. You ready? Little Petey Parker is playing hide and seek with his dad, but the twist is his dad apparently isn't playing. And the only difference between Peter Parker's dad and mine is that when I played hide and seek, I never found mine. The Parkers are in a rush and frantic about leaving the house and erasing all sorts of spider research. They leave Pete with Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Fast forward to high school years, and Peter is a nerd, but he's not fooling anyone because he's actually a pretty cool skateboarding fella in the halls and standing up to bullies like Flash Thompson while getting beat up and still managing to flirt with Gwen Stacy. Back at home, there's a basement flood and Aunt May chews out Uncle Ben for leaving a box on the table. Peter... Gal, no. I draw the line of boxes on tables in my kitchen. Peter finds his dad's old briefcase and discovers an algorithm he doesn't know and a picture of his dad and Kurt Connors.
Anti-life equation.
Yes, is it? No, that's Dark Side.
Justice League.
He does some research on Connors and steals a student's spot at Oscorp at some internship thing. He ends up sneaking into the spider testing room that has the same logo as his dad's algorithm. He fucks with the webs and spiders fall on him. Kurt Connors talks with not Norman Osborn about his research needing to speed up so real Norman doesn't die. Peter gets bit by a stray spider, and on the subway ride home his powers kick in and he can't control them, and his appetite is bigger than that of a young Spencer who used to eat candy bars and soda pop for breakfast. That's right, I did. My grandma owned a store. It was easy to get. Pete is tweaking out in the morning with new untamed super strength, and he breaks his bathroom and researches spider bites. Peter barges in at Connor's house and solves his cross-species genetic algorithm that his father and Kurt had been mocked for researching and developing. The next day at school, Peter bullies Flash back and breaks school property and gets scolded by Uncle Ben and humiliated in front of Gwen for being a stalker, kind of. Puberty is a hell of a drug. A skateboard music video commences as Peter plays with his new powers before going to Connor's lab to talk science and genetics, causing him to forget to pick up Aunt May from work, all while he plays with virtual lizards that regenerate limbs. Ben and Peter fight about Peter forgetting his aunt. This leads to Peter storming out with the classic, "You're not my dad!" and busts the glass door. Chad Kroger from Nickelback robs a liquor store and hooks Peter up with a chocolate milk, and then accidentally kills Uncle Ben while he tries to play hero. Bro, just move out the way. Thus begins Peter's revenge tour. Look at this photograph! Take a penny anytime you want! No, you can never take a penny. You have to leave it.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield saying that in the scene. And the actor, the guy behind the bar, the counter, no.
You can leave a penny anytime, but you gotta spend
$10 to take a penny.
Okay, it's man. Hey,
you can't afford your milk.
Policy.
Did your mommy not give you enough milk money?
Why do they do that in movies where people are just douchebags?
That's like the girl in You want me to read you a bedtime story?
Well, that makes more sense.
Home Alone.
Like, he's a convenience store worker. Like, bro, we get it. Your life sucks. You're probably the manager. Your life doesn't
Also, remember the guy that... you lost, kid. Ah, ha, ha. Creepy. I don't know.
Is that who this reminds you of? No, but Chad Kroger, though...
Did, yeah.
He had a real quick heel turn, because it's like he's being cool, tossing Peter the milk, like, heh, and then...
Yep, like, heh.
But I just gotta point this out and call it out. Why does every high school based movie have that cliche two people making out on a locker while the main character tries to get in? Like, that wouldn't happen.
It's like a romanticized version of what you remember high school is like.
I never saw anybody. I never saw that
either. And if anyone did do that, they would get in trouble. They would get accosted by a teacher.
Like, come on.
And if someone was doing that in front of my locker, I'd say, "Hey, get out of the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way."
Ah.
No, I wouldn't say that. That's too rude.
Might you not?
But,
one of the... I also want to say, before we get into little, like, actual details, important details, the bully scene when Flash was trying to make the kid eat the food.
Eat it! It's trying to make Kevin eat his broccoli.
It's so awkward because that's such a weird... Like, take the picture! That's you're a terrible bully. But then just how the delivery of the line, put him down, Flash. Come on, just put him down. And then, put him down, Eugene! Like, it was so cringy how he said it.
Who, Andrew?
Yeah,
Peter?
I just didn't like how he said it. It was so weird. And then Flash later on.
He's playing the cool guy.
He is, but just the delivery.
Peter is the cool kid.
It weirded me out.
Like I said, and this goes with the delivery, he's the cool kid loner.
He's a hero already.
He's a cool kid loner, carries his skateboard with him in the hallway, skateboards down the hallway. And I imagine he listens to like All American Rejects or like Green Day or something like that. That's what I imagine.
To, Imagine Dragons.
Actually, he listens to punk. You don't know punk. You don't know punk. That's not punk. That's not his music.
I'm the voice of a Laker marching band. I think I would know music. Hamburger berries. So, but it's such an awkward thing. That whole thing. Like, it's like he was trying to be heroic, but he didn't really know how. But then later on, like, Flash is just an awkward bully because when
Put
he knocks
him down, Eugene.
like announcing it like guys,
it's a play.
Yeah, yes, that's what it felt like. Just put him down, Eugene. Gotcha, sucker. Everybody knows your real name.
That's why he did it.
Yes, but just deliver it weird, like put him down, Eugene.
I think
that would have been better.
I'm trying to find a way to describe why he was delivering it that way.
Henceforth, put him down, Eugene.
His name's Eugene in the Tom Holland movies too, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I don't remember. Whatever. Maybe. But anyway, no, I don't know. He's just trying. He's like, he delivers it in kind of a
very cool.
Like that's the word. The only way I can describe it. Coolly, like cool. Like I'm cool. Like
it almost felt like he wanted to say more, like his full name, but it's like he forgot the line, so he was just like Eugene. And that's the take. I forgot what
Eugene.
Eugene Cornelius the Third Thompson the Fifth. What?
But that's when he meets Glenn.
Put him down, Eugene. Sorry, that was the last one.
Line. Put him down, Eugene.
Oh right, thank you. But then Flash also has another delivery. Like I guess it captures high schoolers weird because when he knocks over the paint. I think it
captures it well. Like again, the romanticized version. Are you talking about the basketball?
Yeah, and then because just the line is weird when she's like, "You did that on purpose." And he goes, "No, but I should have." Why should
that scene? Why would? First of all, yep. He knocked the ball right over there on purpose. He deliberately knocked it over in your direction to knock over a paint can that was about 15 feet away that he didn't know was going to hit it.
And then Andrew Garfield's...
In his defense.
Like Peter Parker helping her pick it up.
Can't believe I'm defending Flash Thompson.
His face is just weird. Like just... Like talking under his breath, like, it's okay. I don't know.
When he's just an awkward teen.
When he helped her pick it up, just his face, like the "I'll handle it" face, but he doesn't really say much, but he does say something. Like, yeah, it's just weird when he helps her. But back to
I like the music in that scene.
Yeah, music is good. This movie starts off with something we hadn't seen in the movie before, and it was never touched on. Peter Parker's parents. Pick to pack a pickle.
I gotta tell you, I just don't really care.
Yeah, what were we doing? I don't either.
Spider-Man is about Peter Parker and relating to Peter Parker as a character and what he's going through and his struggles and his relationships.
Something different.
I know that, and I can appreciate that, even though I'm not invested in it. I don't really. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's mildly interesting, but the focus of a Spider-Man movie shouldn't be having this conspiracy plot about Peter's parents being involved in
what were they?
Espionage. Or they're not spies. They're not spies, sure. They're not spies, but they worked for Oscorp, I believe, and they had research that they had absconded with, and I guess they were being hunted down or whatever.
Hunted down and gutted like a fish.
Eugene!
Put the spider down! Richard!
Put him down, Flash. I don't want to fight you, Flash.
Yeah,
I don't want to fight you, Eugene!
See, you know what? That kind of mirrors. There's a ring theory for you. Awkward exchanges between Flash and Peter Parker. I would want to fight me neither. Awkward high school dialogue.
Help him, Harry!
Which one?
But back to Amazing Spider-Man.
I got held back 20 times. I'm 35 years old.
Well,
back to the Amazing Spider-Man.
Entire semester.
He wasn't in this. He should have cameoed.
Let's go talk about how we listen. I will always do that. I love that.
Yes.
It's so funny.
He was the best part of that movie. Mm-hmm. But The Amazing Spider-Man
I kid you not.
is a movie too. And yeah, the beginning, I like how it starts with like a mystery. It started differently with
by the way,
kid. I'm okay with it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
But the opening title sequence was nowhere near as hype as with the webbing and the titles coming in with the artwork. No, it didn't. It was just webbing and the title, and then they flew off. Like the webbing grabbed him and yanked him out of the frame. But nowhere near as cool as
this movie was long too, dude.
It was 2 hours and 14 minutes.
2:16, I think.
Yeah,
I guess it's not that long. The next one is longer.
But Peter, what was I gonna say? Oh, what about the way that Andrew Garfield performs the character?
I love it. I'm gonna be honest.
I like it because he plays that awkward. He's like very cool. Like you and I think he's cool, but he doesn't see himself that way. I don't think.
It's kind of that modern nerd.
I wouldn't even call him a nerd.
Dweeb.
He's just.
He takes pictures.
He's like the really smart, like the artsy hipster.
Hipster's a
That's
good term
the word.
for it.
That's the word. Artsy hipster, cool kid who wears the flared up, like the lapels or
but he's not
the collars flared up, and he wears his coat all the time. And
I wouldn't say he's a cool kid either. I mean,
his hair is perfectly coiffed in almost every scene, and makes his head look 5 times bigger than it actually is.
But how does his mask not show the hair indent?
I don't know. Somehow, Palpatine has returned, but that's besides the point.
Man, my eye itches, dude.
His eye itches while he's itching. But no, I see him as that cool kid, while also in hipster. But also, I kind of almost got the vibe that might be autistic, a little bit.
I didn't get that, but
that's what I got, and just some of the ways that he communicates with others.
Well, I think he's just awkward teen. I don't think that's a fine take. Like,
I'm not saying
like,
that
I can see why you think
I can see signs of it in the way that he's performing the character. That's the way I take it.
Kind of socially awkward.
Socially awkward. Doesn't know how to communiate the right way a lot. You know, when he's asking MJ, Gwen, we're not there yet.
Gwen J.
When he's asking Gwen.
Gwen Stacy. I don't know.
No, we got to come up with like a Ben Affleck, J-Lo, Jen Fleck, whatever they call him.
Jeter. No. Guider. Penn. Peter and Gwen.
Penn.
Pwen.
When he's asking her out and he can't, or that just might be flusterment too, because I feel like I would do the same thing. But yeah.
When she asked him over, like,
that was.
Do you like, what is that food called? What's the fish? It's in Act 2. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
But just ask him if he wants to come over for dinner or not. Do you like whatever this is?
Do you like gefilte fish?
Or do you want to eat it tonight at my, like, dude, just say, do you want to come over for dinner? And then
this is new territory for the both of them, which I don't understand how it can be new territory for Gwen Stacy, because she's
a
smoking.
Smoke show, dude. Emma Stone, bro. I just started watching Cruella. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm watching it on my lunch.
I haven't watched it.
It's interesting.
Decent. I like her in La La Land.
She's great. She's great in everything. The first thing I ever saw her in was Superbad. She played Jules.
In that other movie,
the funny thing about
with
Easy A.
Yeah, Easy
that was like
A.
her big break, and she was a main character, and she's great in that movie. But she's great in everything.
She's got beautiful eyes.
She's got a beautiful
moly!
face.
Wow.
But she kind of has that like.
There you go, Brandon. I said it.
When that's her S's like that. Her mouth kind of does.
Yes, she kind of does this thing with her mouth,
like that. The Christian Bale thing.
The Christian Bale.
When he's doing his American accent, I can't.
Yeah, you just did it.
Yeah.
Yes,
but that.
Rachel.
Like with the weird mouth, but she's adorable. She's adorable. But she's great in this. And she's great, and she looks like Gwen Stacy, and she's much better than Gwen Stacy from Spider-Man 3.
Miles away.
Yikes!
Miles and miles
much
away.
better.
If she was on the East Coast, this Gwen's on the West Coast.
She's in a different country.
She's on the other side of the hemisphere.
She's in Alaska.
She's across the planet.
She's in Alaska. She's on the moon.
She is Pluto.
She's Pluto. And other Gwen
is the sun.
She's no, because
Bryce Dallas Howard.
She's
not
fine.
A bad actress.
No,
but
just that character.
That character.
But back to
that's the writing. Anyway,
the characters in this were written much differently than the other one. Uncle Ben and Aunt May, I like them. Uncle Ben was much better than Grandpa Ben. You
keep calling him Grandpa and Grandma instead of Aunt and Uncle.
They were 70s.
He was 18, probably 16 to 18 years old
but in
high
30.
school. And you can have 50-year-old parents when you're that old.
Sure, you can. I just think they
might not have. I think they were trying to be comic accurate, is what I think.
Well, take some creative license, like Sally Fields, great actress.
She needs more to do.
Not really,
and I don't mean more to do in making a fucking spy movie with Aunt May.
No, please. I'm so glad we didn't get that.
Which Zach was talking about in our wrap up the last time.
Oh, that's a
around.
hard pass.
And you got a hint of that in this movie.
They tried to give her more to do in the next movie.
When Uncle Ben gets pissed off at. And she's like, you don't need you don't need to apologize. I can take care of myself. And I was like, oh, there's where the spy idea probably came up. No.
Aunt May, Home Alone.
Oh. Okay.
Tony, I thought you were dead. Well, I'm not. Multiverse of madness.
It's kind of a long story. Actually, I kind of snapped my fingers.
Is Peter home? Is Peter home? No, well,
what
mine
are we,
is
the Avengers or the Revengers, or we do things. We do our best work after the fact. That's right. Yes. You weren't there.
All right.
Liar.
We keep going on. This movie is good.
That was tangential.
Tangential. The
dictator.
I really like how they really wanted to say the famous line, but they're like, we can't just copy it. How do we make it into a paragraph? When you have moral obligations to do things and you have the power to do them, then you have to do them because you should have to do it with your obligational.
Well, I'm sure as hell glad you're not writing the script, because that's not how it went.
You mean with great power comes great response? Yeah, that. Essentially that. That's much better.
Peter, let me finish.
Peter, I'm going to leave you a voicemail later about it.
Joel,
can you just let
can I finish?
I'm going to leave you a voicemail about it later. Listen to that.
I like how they handled that.
Yeah, Peter, damn it, you're going to be the death of me yet. Yikes. I thought he was about to drop a sick beat. Uncle Ben.
Oh, no. There's been a joke about that. There's a joke about that. There's videos.
Uncle Ben.
There's videos.
There is. Yes, there is.
Oh, man.
That almost... It gets me every time.
We can't laugh. That's terrible.
They really overdid it, I think.
Okay, Andrew. And action. It was like Tropic Thunder.
Quit you. Peter, Andrew, we're really going to need you to dial it back. I know. I get it. It's traumatic. Dial it back. You're kind of in shock.
I can just see Andrew.
So less spit.
Okay, cut.
Yeah, no.
Okay, what's wrong this time?
No spit. No spit. You need to drool.
I just see it. Robert Downey Jr.
You're my brother. It's true. Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben. Just talks to Loogie.
Oh, no.
Although I will say, both he and Toby had very hardcore cries. Like, their crying faces were very hardcore.
I'm going to do the Chris Evans.
Tom Holland has the best cry. It's
When?
the most realistic cry.
When he's with Happy?
No, just anytime he's crying. It's dialed
He did look
back.
better when he saw Tony. Oh, wait, what happens to Tony?
Nothing. But just
Nothing?
whenever he has to cry.
What happens to Tony? Nothing.
Shut
But when
up.
he does... Nothing.
And then he's over when he gets home, just like, all right. And by the way,
Dude.
he had a star tattooed on his wrist. Peter, did you hear that? For whatever reason you might know
I
that?
said...
Was there any other way that I can identify him? He's the lead singer of a band. Which one? Nickelback.
His name's
never
Chad
heard of him.
Kroger. He's wearing sunglasses.
What? Dude, oh my gosh.
And they say that a hero.
This was his cameo because he was the soundtrack in the other one. No, but what if the cop came in and was just like, look at this photograph.
Damn it.
Huh. You know, every time it makes me laugh. I don't know.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, man.
That's too funny. But I'm glad we got the
Whoa.
giggles out.
Peter gets him. Well, punk, we all just want to be big rock stars.
Yeah.
Today was your lucky day.
Funny you say that. I got a star on my wrist. Ho ho.
Okay.
No, it's Robin Williams.
Peter meets Kurt Connors.
Okay.
Because his dad worked with Kurt Connors. They were working on this.
Because Uncle Ben told him.
Finally, yeah. Because Peter found a picture of him and this doctor.
He's being honest with him.
Kurt Connors. With his fake teeth.
What?
Uncle Ben. Those are dentures for sure.
Are you saying Martin Sheen's wearing dentures?
He's wearing fake teeth. There's no way those are real. The way they're fit in his mouth, it's like whiter than snow. Come on. That doesn't matter.
How dare you?
Great performance. It doesn't matter what he looks like.
I'm going to talk about that in a second, too.
All right.
But go on.
So, yeah, what is the algorithm called? The zero...
The decay rate algorithm.
Yeah, decay rate algorithm. And what they're trying to... What Richard Parker and Kurt Connors were trying to do is make something...
Cross genetics. Cross genetic mutations to bring the abilities that animals have. Like, I guess you could say worms. They don't say it in the movie, but...
Like spiders were their biggest focus.
Right.
And we find out much more about that in Peter Parker
and somehow
in the next movie.
Richard cracked the code.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he figured it out, and I guess something happened that caused him to go on the run. I have no clue. We'll find out in the second one. Or maybe we don't find out because they didn't conclude the storyline because the movies didn't do as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, they're trying to crack the code on how to harness the genetic benefits of other animals to, in Kurt's case, restore limbs.
Because he is missing an arm.
Yes.
In case you're wondering, yes, he's a southpaw. Gets a chuckle every time, Curtis.
Curdy.
But yeah, so then
It's
Peter
Curtis.
is trying to figure out this algorithm because he's super smart. And he goes to his house and does figure it out and gives him
But he didn't tell him
the algorithm.
that he found it in the briefcase. He told him, "Oh, I made it up myself."
Yeah, the way he...
With the pencil.
So
I'm
where did
smart.
you think of it? Oh, I figured it out. It's right there.
Do you have a pen and paper? 1 second.
Just give me one fucking second.
There
Would
it
you like
is, the
some
cure for
coffee?
cancer. What else we
is
got?
in your brain, Peter? I can do some skateboarding tricks. That's pretty cool. I do photography. I do photography. Click, 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 click.
Is that your Andrew Garfield? Yeah, I like that.
He repeats himself a lot.
Because
he's that awkward teen. He's that awkward teen. But the spider scene, there's no way he would have been able to get in there and not be detected. But
that
is
whole
a nightmare.
thing, it was funny having the guy get carried off.
Oh, yeah. But he ruined a kid.
Oh, the lady just let him in. She knew that Peter wasn't who he said he was, and she just let him go.
Find yourself to the right. She should have just looked at the camera. Get it? Find yourself. All right.
All right.
When he's on the... so he gets bit. He gets the powers. Gwen's like, y'all need to leave. I don't... How does she get this job? I don't know. I don't even know what she is. She's a research assistant.
I'm thinking, I don't know. She's smart.
It's also important to note that Oscorp has developed this webbing, this artificial webbing. So they have
What is it called? I can't remember. Like bio thread something.
Yeah. I'll also say
that
a hero
can save me. Can save.
I originally
us.
Because when this first came out, I was like, oh. Well, he's not... The only spider powers he got are just sticky hands, sticky feet, and he can jump. But
he must be a member of the Wet Bandits.
Because he made the web shooters, which I didn't realize was comic accurate.
I didn't either.
And I like it better now because that shows just how brilliant... Oh my gosh, how did he get so wide open? That shows how brilliant he is. He develops...
That's what she said.
Yes. Nice. He uses his brain to make this webbing.
Unlike some people in this movie.
Yeah, instead of just...
He uses his brain sometimes. But... It's all up here. But it's really cool. Really cool. What were we just talking about?
Sorry.
I knocked my head a little too hard there. Making the webbing.
Getting into
I like the way it's in...
Spider Rave.
I like the way it's done. I like how they showed him have his little lock invention, because it shows...
His lock invention?
When he locked his door when he went up to his room with the briefcase, and he was doing his conspiracy theory...
I don't remember that
on the computer research stuff, like Richard Parker. No, when he... Uncle Ben shows him the briefcase... with the stuff in it, and then he brings it up to his room and he locks the door so he can look through the briefcase because he knows there's secret documents in it or whatever. And then Uncle Ben knocks the door, and they show a cutaway of him like hitting a button, and it shows an invention that locks the door. I like that they showed that because it shows that Peter is like, he's using his intelligence because he is a genius. He designed the web shooters in the comics.
They show it in this movie.
They show it.
They told it with Toby.
We don't get Toby being smart.
We get him raising his hand in college.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We get Dr. Octavius.
Planning isn't a major at this university, Peter.
And then we get other people saying how smart he is instead of him actually being smart.
Right.
In this one, it really shows.
They show and don't tell.
And I love it. That's what I like. This Peter is more developed, I think.
Oh, Peter, you graduated at the top of your class. There you go. He's smart because we told you he is.
Professor Connors tells me you're brilliant, but lazy. Why don't we see that?
Well, we see it when talking.
We've had our chance to talk about that.
Yes, we did. But no, I liked that, and that's the only aspect I like about the custom web shooters. Other than that, I think it's cooler to have the organic web shooters built into your wrists. Built in? Robot, Android?
Because
no, Toby, I think it's cool. I don't care if it's comic accurate. Why would they shoot out of his wrist?
If you were bit by a spider...
where would it shoot out of?
His butt. That's where spiders shoot their web out.
Maybe he can, and just chooses not to.
Sure. Yep. Let's go with that.
Where the little hole is above your butt.
It doesn't create. You can't. That's. Moving on from that. The mechanical web shooters I think are better because it creates more adversity. They can get damaged.
I get that, and I can appreciate that. But I just think personally, I think it's cooler to be organic. I think it's a cooler feature.
That's going to be
But it wouldn't be cool if you were in bed.
In the next one, no. Sorry.
That's not what...
Is that stuff coming out of you? I think that if they're gonna show up in No Way Home. Let's be honest. They're both gonna at least.
Let's be honest.
But
you can't. I was just talking about this.
He's like, "What are those on your wrist?" And I'm like, "Those are web shooters. Where are yours?" And he goes, oh, "Watch." And then, it comes. Oh, how did you do that?
It just happened.
It just kind of. Huh. I think that would be a fun conversation, like because both of them haven't. They're like, where?
Maybe
where are your
Andrew
web shooters?
can teach him how to build better web shooters.
Double web shooters
with the biothread technology from the Oscorp from his universe.
We keep getting.
Oh boy,
track.
Exciting! But
so algorithm is introduced.
Yes.
Kirk Connors wants his arm. Norman Osborn's dying.
His motivations are pure.
Kirk Connors at first,
but then we find out he's got Norman's on his deathbed. Clock's a ticking. You need to hurry up and figure. Norman.
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
I don't know the guy's name.
Rathsheba.
I don't know if that's his real name, but the actor's name is Irfan Khan.
Sure.
Rajit Ratha is the character.
Close.
That actor passed away last year. I think he had cancer. He passed away. He's in Jurassic World. He's in Inferno. He's in Life of Pi.
That sucks.
It does suck because I liked him. But yes, he's in this movie. I forgot he was in this movie. He's like the liaison for Norman.
Rhys
Ifans is playing.
Was the other guy that I knew?
Kirk Connors. He's Luna Lovegood's father.
And he's Nigel Gruff, the kicker in The Replacements.
And he's Little Nicky's brother.
Little Nicky. Yes, he is. And
yeah, you can't keep it going.
I don't know what else he's in. He's in other stuff.
We'll get back on that.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, that's kind of how Act 1. Oh, Uncle Ben dies. I do kind of like how Flash kind of gets sympathetic toward Peter.
Yes, I liked that as well.
Pretty quickly. I like that.
And at first, when me and my roommate were watching it, he goes, "Hey, Parker." And I was like, "Oh, no, don't even. Do not do this." And then I said, "Oh, wait. I think I know what he's going to do." And yes, he did go up to apologize. Nobody's that much of a dick.
No.
Nobody, well, I don't think. I don't believe anyone's that much of a dick.
100%
100% a dick.
No, that was cool.
I don't think anyone
They became
would do
best
that,
personally. At
personally.
the end a little quickly, though. But how much time has passed? It's
well,
fine.
they do a lot of things. This is a problem with the movie. They do a lot of things that too quickly. Too quick.
Yeah.
They
knew they were going to be canceled, so they just had to get it all in.
Uncle Ben.
She said.
Okay.
Uncle Ben is one thing they didn't do
I want to talk
48 minutes until he dies.
I know. You messaged me about it. But that's one of the positives. One of the best parts of the movie, I think. I agree with you on this. I think I like his Uncle Ben better than...
Because it is better.
Shit, what's his name?
I don't know.
Cliff Richardson. Cliff Robertson. Cliff Robertson.
Right. Sure.
I like Martin Sheen's Uncle Ben better. They both did a good job. They both were good Uncle Bens. But this one, it flows so naturally. I feel that he's an uncle-like figure. He's so natural in how he delivers the lines and how, there's water leakage again. What happened? Well, follow me and I'll show you.
And he's not a pushover.
I feel like I'm standing in the corner of the room watching an actual conversation between these people.
He gets mad at Peter.
Yeah. Be a man. Go in there and apologize to your aunt.
And instead of Grandpa Ben just takes it, Peter's like, "Well, I'll drop out of the library." And he's like, "Okay. Hope I don't die and this is our last conversation." Well, he did.
In both movies, it brings to mind, I just watched Spider-Man 2 just recently. When Uncle Ben died that day because he was the only one who did the right thing. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in this movie, but boy, oh boy, did they misfire how this happened.
Pun intended. Dude, it was so awkward. Another awkward thing.
The pacing was so weird.
And it's,
the performance with the huffing and the...
And it's just like he's trying to play defense and it's like, dude, Ben, just move out the way. He wasn't about to be violent. He stole a 6-pack of beer. That's it.
I understand he's trying to do the right thing and get a gun off the streets. And I get your point of view as well. Like, why don't you just don't mess around? You're unarmed. Don't mess around.
Move out of the way.
But at the same time, in this movie, you spend more time with Uncle Ben than we do with the Uncle Ben in the Toby movies.
Give him a spin-off.
Which I like.
Give him the spin-off.
I like the Martin Sheen performance because you get so much more of it, and there's some good, there's funny parts, there's heartfelt parts. It seems genuine.
Chemistry between them.
It's chemistry. It's realistic.
We get to see their relationship a little bit.
Didn't like him spilling the beans on having her on his desktop, which is a little weird.
He has you on his computer.
It's weird that he has her on his computer.
It's even weirder that she's just like, cool, you want to come over for dinner?
I don't have a picture of any women that I like on my desktop.
How's that going?
Not so good.
Okay, put a picture on there.
Long pause.
Put a picture on there.
Yeah, but why? I'm his probation officer. I thought that was funny. That got a laugh. And then, I'm glad it works. No, don't answer that.
Yeah, that was weird too.
You don't like that? That seems genuine to me too.
But it rang what? Who was calling? Was he calling him? Like, to make that point?
I don't think so. Somebody might have been Gwen.
All right. Do you think he... All right, May. Watch this. We're going to ambush him. I'm going to sit and wait on the porch. When he comes up, I'm going to knock on the door twice. You call him. I have a really good joke about the phone. I'm going to set him up.
So...
Watch. Do it here. Just let it here. Okay, he's coming. May. Don't... Sorry, it didn't ring yet. Don't answer your phone, Peter. But I'm glad to know it works. Right?
Did you forget about something tonight? Your Aunt May had to walk 12 blocks by herself.
Oh, right. Was that tonight?
I thought it was I didn't think it was the same day either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that came up quick.
It was a little weird. But his death scene was not... It wasn't handled correctly in this movie, I don't think. They did it way better in the Toby movies. That's why it's better. That's why it's better, though. Because he actually got a last moment. In this one, he's already dead. Yeah. And he's just... gunshots in his stomach. I don't know how he died that quickly. Septic, maybe?
He's old.
But I'm not... They flipped the switch. They flipped the switch. In the Toby movie, you get this really good dramatic moment with Cliff Robertson's Uncle Ben and Peter and on the sidewalk. It's very dramatic, theatrical almost, with the spotlight, basically. And then in this one, it's, Uncle Ben died, we're moving on. We're not going to hold on this. We're moving on. Seen it already. Moving on.
We're going to play the voicemail later. Also weird that in both movies they set up... Well, I guess they did that to have Peter have his guilt, but like the thief was like cool, in both of them. Like he started off cool, like, not my problem. And he lets him buy in. And the thief was like,
movies.
Thanks. Like he genuinely was like, thank you. And then turns out... And then this one, he gave him the milk, like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm wearing sunglasses at night. Not my policy.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Because I just want to be a big rock star. The band's not doing great. I got to steal stuff.
Thanks.
It is weird that they shoehorn that in. Oh, and also, he has a star tattooed on his wrist.
I didn't like... I said that to my roommate. I was like, okay, I feel it's very irresponsible. I don't think that's right, that they're giving the nephew of the man who was just murdered a picture drawing of the guy, the murderer.
Was this him? I know it just happened. Was this him? You still have blood in your hands?
This kid could go out and try and hunt this guy down with the image that they gave him. You want the police to handle it? Why would you...
Yeah, they can't.
Can I see that? Sure. Take the picture.
I'm going to actually hang it up in my room.
Yeah.
Actually, that is weird. Yikes. Pull that down, Peter. We've talked about Act 1 a lot.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of stuff, but that's just one issue.
In Act 2 that I
we spend more time with Peter
Peter and Uncle Ben's relationship in this. The chemistry.
The relationship's better in this movie because they spend more time on it.
Yeah.
But they don't spend enough time on the death scene, which is a critical point. Ben's death is critical to the development of Spider-Man as a character.
Yeah, this was revenge.
And it plays into the next couple acts, too.
Yeah. Speaking of acts, you wanna go to Act 2?
Yeah, we talked a lot about it.
We didn't even mention him getting his powers. It was cool, but I will say the old guy on the subway, he was my least favorite character in this whole movie.
Are you serious, bro?
Are you freaking kidding me? Like, bro, you don't care. You were just trying to place a beer bottle on his head, and now all of a sudden, oh, you're noble? Come on.
Well, I think a beer bottle on the forehead's a little less severe than ripping some woman's shirt off.
He was just too much for me.
Was that his girlfriend, you think?
No, he was 80, and she was like 25.
That was not an old 80-year-old man.
No, but
he was probably
50s,
40.
And she was in her 20s.
And
age is just a number, false
that
age
scene
is a word.
Is kind of... It's funny. Also, I think he gets his powers way too soon.
We don't know how much
way
time
too
passed.
soon. It's the same day.
Fun thing when he gets home and he's eating all this stuff and he catches the fly, and I thought it was a weird line when she goes, "It's a fly, Peter." Like, okay, thanks, but when he's like, "Oh, this meatloaf is the best meatloaf I've ever had," and then Aunt May, the what was the joke?
I liked the joke. I laughed pretty good at it. It was I'm surprised. Nobody likes your meatloaf.
But what did she say before?
And she said, "The meatloaf? No, Peter never eats that much meat. I'm surprised he went for the meatloaf." Something like that. And then after he walks upstairs, "You don't like my meatloaf, Ben? Why didn't you tell me this 37 years ago?"
I wish we'd have seen more of those.
How many times have I given that to you?
I wish we'd have seen those two together, too.
I know. That was genuinely funny. And see, that goes with the realism and the authenticity of the relationships.
Yeah. All right. Want to move
Which we do get in the Toby movies with Aunt May and Peter. Bit. Uncle Ben gets the Aunt May treatment in this movie.
Peter. Okay. Act 2.
I'm sorry, Aunt May.
Honestly, you don't have to apologize to me. It's your...
Hell, he doesn't.
Ben.
Look, I'm sorry, Uncle Ben. I got distracted.
Oh, you got distracted?
Yeah.
Your aunt, my wife, had to walk 12 blocks alone in the middle of the night and then wait in a deserted subway station because you got distracted.
Ben, sweetheart, honestly, I am completely capable of walking home.
You will not defend this boy.
I'm not defending...
You are defending him. Listen to me, son.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're a lot like your father. You really are, Peter, and that's a good thing. But your father lived by a philosophy, a principle, really. He believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice, responsibility.
That's nice. That's great. It's all well and good, so where is he?
What?
Where is he? Where's my dad? He didn't think it was his responsibility to be here to tell me this himself.
Oh, come on, how dare you?
How dare I? How dare you?
Sorry. I choked on my...
I'll go bed.
Well, Peter he's in the revenge tour to try to find his uncle's killer. He beats the shit out of some muggers.
Why are you laughing?
It's not funny. But I just pick, like, they're not even it's not even the guy, and he just beats the fuck, and he okay, like, dude, we get it. Sorry, but he beats the shit out of some mugger, Batman style.
Does he say, "I am vengeance"?
Yeah, he just, I'm revengeance. What the hell are you? I'm Spider-Man. Okay, sorry. But then in the chase, I don't get how the mugger... Sorry. He falls through the roof of a wrestling arena where, nice little nod to the
luchador
Toby.
mask.
He gets the inspiration for a mask, and the guys are like, I know if I saw your face. Commence costume.
Bonesaw reference, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Commence costume and learning powers montage, where he gets a pack of Oscorp silly string and makes a mask, and later sews a full spandex suit, and Spider-Man is born.
It is cool.
It is cool. He then takes down a car thief and gets chased by Captain Stacy and the police and forgets Aunt May's eggs from the store. Meanwhile, in the villain origin story, Kurt Connors and Not Norman Osborn discuss the formula that will keep Norman alive. Not Norman says it's time for human trials, but this is a classic movie trope too. It's time for human trials, but it's not quite ready. Kurt says it's not ready. Connors tries the serum on himself, and Peter and Gwen have a date night at her place, and then things get tense when Papa Stacy and Pete, as they debate the status and the intentions of Spider-Man, getting Peter to actually question his own motives. Meanwhile, Connors goes lizard. Peter and Gwen make out before he hears the sirens and goes spider mode to have some people on the bridge. No, to save some people on the bridge from the lizard. Peter is suspicious and talks to Connors about lizards. He knows what's up and goes to Captain Stacy, who doesn't believe him, but then kind of does. Spidey has the first fight with Lizzie in the sewer that somehow contains cleaner water than my kitchen sink. He gets a huge scratch that doesn't get infected miraculously in the sewer and heads over to see Gwen. Connors talks to himself in the sewer and decides to attack Peter at school, leading to a cool fight, and Pete and Gwen start their detective work for the antidote. Peter... What? I said Peter Fonda. No, Peter found Kurt Connors' video diary about wanting to make everybody in the city lizards to make them perfect. And like I said at the beginning, I'm in the minority. I love the suit. I love how we take more time with him making the suit in this one, putting the eyes in.
I don't, Your Honor.
That's fine. But it just makes more sense. Like, it's a cool look. I
like the physique.
Yeah. Of
Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
And it shows him making the web shooters and practicing that and swinging. Mm-hmm. I like everything about this montage way better than the other one, but it's cool.
I do like the montages in both scenes, in both movies.
And is there really that many criminals that look exactly alike with the long blonde hair? Come on.
Well, all he needs to do is go to a Nickelback convention, and
True.
You'll see it. He'll
looking
just be
for Chad Kroger with a real
You have
Chad
a star on
Kroger.
your wrist? How about you? Come on.
Everybody put your wrists in the air. Hold them. Let me look. Ah, damn it, you're not here. All right, put him down.
Oh, that guy's got a square. Damn it.
That's a star. No.
Okay.
No. That's a starfish.
What
There's
else?
Starro. Let me make sure we're still recording.
Oh.
We are.
Not Suicide Squad. Yeah.
But the one thing that does get me thinking, Peter does not have a job, right? And Aunt May isn't rich. How does he afford this spandex suit and this industrial like strength state-of-the-art webbing that Oscorp is making? A box of it. How does he afford that?
He might have gotten it from webbing. Why am I talking today?
I'm sorry?
I'm not good at talking.
Okay, Peter.
Anyway, no, he probably got it from Gwen, is what I'm trying to say.
She wouldn't.
Or because he was seeing Kurt Connors. He was going up to meet with Kurt Connors and talk about the research, remember? So he was invited into the building.
Yeah,
or
but
maybe he
what
bought
do they just...
it.
Oh, hey, here, have a box of our webbing. It's new. Like, is that a product
Maybe
tester?
you can buy it.
You can, because he did, but it has to be expensive. Something like that has to be expensive. And then the like zoot suits are like $100. He bought a spandex suit.
He wrestled some guys.
Sure, whatever, it's fine. Maybe. But I do like the suit. I like the eyes. I like just
Do you like
the
his
dimples.
vigilante suit?
I do. I like that much better than Toby's too. It's cool.
It is cooler than Toby's sweatsuit and work gloves.
Yeah, much. But I like this sequence is my favorite. Topping it off with my favorite scene, I think. Oh, and then like the first person swinging.
Yeah,
to
I thought that was cool. I thought that was
awesome.
cool. That's cool. I'll
give
it credit.
The car thief bit, that's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. If you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief. And, go out the window. There you go. All right. And just messing with him. And his web shooters are cool.
It takes a dark turn though.
His web shooters are cool.
The way he does it is cool. Yeah. You can't see him.
You can't see, but just kind of...
Just very quick, like, hoo-ha,
and the sound
like,
it
kind
makes.
of thing. Yeah, the thwips and...
I like it.
It's very cool. And the smoke puffs that come out of it.
The boys in blue are here! I just did 80% of your job. And then that's another thing. Like, cops, they're not going to go get the criminal. They're more concerned. Same thing with, like, Batman. They're not going to go after Bane. They're going to get Batman. Come on, guys.
This is the third act of the movie has so many things with it.
Come on.
But this, come on. That's
He's
your
getting
go-to.
criminal. He hasn't hurt anybody.
Well, this is where we go into the dinner with Gwen's family. Where you think he's getting the car thief, but it's an informant to the police. And he actually...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed that
The police were working with the guy that he webbed to the wall.
So he wasn't really...
No, the guy he webbed against the wall, he wasn't stealing the car.
How did I miss
He
that?
was working with the people they were trying to track down. And Peter ruined it, essentially. Because he thought... Well, when you said he questioned his motivations, he didn't do what he thought he was doing. And maybe that goes with the theme of he wasn't doing it out of noble intentions. He was doing it to track down this guy that he thought killed his uncle.
That is why.
And then only when he finally gets over that hurdle after he rescues the kid off of the bridge, that's when he realizes this is a bigger purpose. Like it was my responsibility to save those people on the bridge. Uncle Ben's words mean something.
Because I think Act 2 is great.
He says to Gwen, I'm responsible for creating the lizard, which you're not entirely...
He did the algorithm.
He did. He gave him the algorithm. But... Just drive, Peter Parker.
Yeah, why would you put why would you use your camera with your name on it?
That was a big thing that people criticized the movie out when it came out. I don't think it's that big of a deal. At looking in hindsight, people put their name on their stuff. People put their name on their camera equipment and on their gear. It's a normal thing.
Yeah, but why would he use that camera then?
Because it's the only one he's got.
Take your name off then if you know you're going to be going to get dirt on this lizard.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have thought I would have got caught, but I realized too that he had the camera because he wanted to get pictures of the lizard so he could turn him into the Daily Bugle. I didn't catch that the first time around. Because they were, pictures wanted, we'll pay for photos, proof of the lizard.
There he is.
But that gets ruined. It was pretty cool. My roommate also said that it was pretty cool how he treated it like an actual spider web, like shooting down.
That was real cool.
The tunnels.
It felt the vibrations.
Yeah, that's cool. That was a cool use.
Whoa. Hold on. Okay, we're good. My computer almost wanted to update.
Do not let it do that.
A beautiful shot too of when Kirk Connors is before he injects himself. He's
I know what you're
in the window.
Yes,
and the reflection of his hand, it looks like he has two hands. Love that.
Beautiful cinematography in that moment.
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful shot.
Beautiful.
Great idea. Great execution.
Shot. Beautiful, excellent. Yeah. And his whole. I do wish the lizard had a longer lizard snout.
Yeah,
his
not this
face
flat.
Is not good.
Looks like a Goomba from the Super Mario Brothers movie. Good. He looks like a Goomba, dude.
And I wish he'd have kept the
I'll
lab
show you
coat
a picture.
on.
Have you seen that movie? The Super Mario Brothers movie? I'll show you.
But I mean, I get that they wanted to make it more realistic, like he's a human, whatever. But man, oh man.
Yes, this is what he looked like.
And the sewer fight was cool. Wow, yeah.
That's a Goomba. That's supposed to be a Goomba.
Luna is down here.
I can hear her.
I found the shorts.
Do you have to let her out?
No, I don't think so. If she starts whining, I will. But yeah, I love the movements of this Peter, of this Spider-Man. How he swings, like he'll do like flips in the air and like sideways. I love how his movements. It's not just he's swinging facing straight. He's flipping. He's having fun.
I'll talk more about that in the next act.
Okay.
Because I have some opinions, as we all do. They're like buttholes. We all have them. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. But anyway, no, the one scene that I do love, and we talked about this, I think Zach talked about it last time we had him on, over a year ago. But when he's fighting the lizard at the school,
great.
And he's
fight.
like the one sequence where he hits Gwen. That's when something snaps with Peter. He's like, "Oh no, you didn't!" And he starts fighting like the spirit's in him now. Like he's actually fighting to save Gwen at that moment. Kind of like how when something bad happened to Mary Jane in the other movies, that's when Peter would leap into action.
Yeah, and hit her too.
Yeah. Oh no,
that wasn't me. That was Venom Spider-Man.
That's such a bad, sad moment though. But anyway. No, when he's crawling over the lizard like a spider almost and webbing him up.
His movements and
that
style
was cool.
So good.
That was cool. I loved that. That was cool. The
and
choreography
he's talking the
was
whole
cool.
time, just being he's being fun. And I'm gonna throw you out the window now, okay? Like with the Gwen.
Yeah, sounds romantic. Foreshadowing, by the way.
We also get in this scene one of the best Stan Lee cameos.
Yes.
And with any Stan Lee cameo with these movies, we have to have the Stan Lee cameo spotlight. He's the oblivious librarian. It's great. The old librarian, nobody notices, and he notices nobody. He just does his job, listens to his classical music without a care in the world, until he realizes the mess he has to clean up after the fight, because apparently he's the janitor too. I don't know. He's too old for this shit, decides that high school kids are the worst, and quits his library job. But you can't take the books out of the man. He starts reading a lot, mainly about mechanical stuff and birds and gadgets and whatnot. He starts making little gizmos and fun machines that are mainly designed to communicate with birds, and he uses it during his time as a bird watcher and feeds them and stuff. He invents machines that help feed them, and he helps the broken ones learn to fly again after being injured. He gets good with mechanical stuff, and one day while reading and tinkering in the back corner of a library, he's approached by the gentleman in the shadows, who simply states, "Mr. Toombs, I'm starting a small team and could use your skill set." And there it is. The Stan Lee cameo.
I like it. I like it.
Because he's old. With batteries.
Did you tell the boy about his parents?
Leave him alone. Sorry. We'll get to that when we get to it.
Yes.
Anyway, back to Act 2.
Act 2.
Fun action. He's learning his stuff. He has the cool web shooters. He would absolutely not be able to... he would have been not able to breathe, and he would be being waterboarded with his mask. Obviously, he got out and took it off. In the sewer.
But you make good points about not getting infected.
That scratch, there is gross.
And especially his lizard's nails.
Shit.
Lizard's nails probably have shit all over them.
Yeah.
Not literal,
clean,
but, just bacteria.
When Dr. Connors is there after the first time he is a lizard, that water is super clean. He's just chilling in it.
I didn't pay attention to the water.
They could have dirtied it up.
It was green.
Bit. Sure. The bridge rescue was cool.
Not as cool as the parade attack scene.
I think it was.
And
not as cool, but it was better because he revealed his face. Like he's sacrificing. Like he might see me again. Here, kid. Like he saved a child.
That's a good moment. Informative Spider-Man stuff.
We get.
I like that.
Who are you? I'm Spider-Man. Like, there it is. Like, I just thought of that. All right, peace out.
You don't get the same cross-referencing development as we did in Spidey-Man.
Spidey-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Spider-Man 1, where you have him and Norman go on parallel tracks where they're both becoming these people at the same time. True. Literally. But this one, it's very one-sided. We get the Peter part, but the Lizard's formation is very kind of
sudden. All of a sudden,
you don't barely see him on the bridge. Whereas the Prade attack and the bridge scene are the big moments where, like, Spider-Man really shows up. Like, the big set piece where we see Spider-Man in a big action sequence, basically. Wasn't very action-packed in this movie, but it was important for his development, and that's fair. But I'm thinking now, you barely see the Lizard.
Until
later.
3.
Yeah, until the school attack and all that.
Speaking of Lizard,
whereas Green Goblin shows up full frontal.
Full frontal?
Yeah.
Nudity?
Nude. Willem Dafoe.
Look at me! Like, when something grosses me out, like, you get that weird feeling in your mouth, like weird gross textures and stuff. When his hand is in that lizard skin cocoon. Oh,
yes.
So
no, when
gross.
He pulls it off.
That's gross too, but like that's just
and it's all
skin.
slimy, and it looks like he dipped his hand in a vat of wax.
Oh yeah, wax.
And that.
But it's gross.
And his fingers are all fat and.
See, I have my dry because. Like, remember when we did Goldmember, how I told you, like, skin
like his
grosses
skin
me out
when he was
peels
eating
it off and eats it and saves little flecks of skin. Like, the lizard skin is just so gross how we can peel it off. Like, yuck. No, pass. That's going to be a no
Hard
for
pass.
me, dog. No for me. And can he control lizards? Because they follow him.
I don't think so.
Is he like Ant-Man but lizard?
I don't like how they kind of just copy-pasted the Norman Osborn thing from the first movie. Oh, we need human trials. It's too early for human trials. We're still testing. Well, I'm going to pull your funding. Oh, I'm going to try it on myself then. Oh, things went bad. He didn't kill anyone, though. Like that poor doctor. Norman!
Well, he did kill, not Norman.
He didn't kill that guy.
Yeah, didn't he?
No.
He's not in the rest of the movie.
I know, which is another inconsistency.
Didn't he kill him?
I don't think he died. No, because Peter saved him, remember?
I don't know.
Because the lizard threw the car over the bridge, and then Peter webbed the car, and then he hit his head on, like, the window or something. Never hear from him again. Never hear from him again.
Because he's like, I'm not messing with this shit. I'm out, dude. That sucks.
And they almost turned a veteran's home into a bunch of lizards with the serum.
Yeah. So his plan is he wants to. He thinks he's doing good.
It's almost a ring theory in that the movie is repeating the same stuff from the first Tobey movie.
You know what? I'm just gonna make everybody
kind of fast tracking it.
I'm gonna make everybody lizards. We're all gonna be perfect. Why?
And what's the motivation for that? And it's the same thing with Goblin in that he's got this lizard talking in his head, like having a split personality kind of thing.
That's weird. Like, why did this serum give him a split personality? I didn't
why doesn't he have the same good intentions that he had? Like, now all of a sudden he's thinking of it in terms of mad science. He wasn't a mad scientist before, but as part of maybe it has something to do with people not listening to him and Richard Dick.
Once you go green, you turn really mean.
I guess so. But the motivation's kind of off for him. Suddenly he's turning into a villain now when all he wants to do is bring this to other people. To help. And now he wants to turn everybody into lizard people, which would just devolve into violence and predatory behavior across everybody.
Could be fun. Could be a fun movie. Spin-off. Lizards.
Mortal Kombat.
Kind of like The Birds. Or Birdemic. Lizardemic.
Oh, man.
Lizdemic.
But I don't know. I thought the scene, weird cut and pacing between Peter and Gwen with the hot chocolate thing after he gets scratched.
Oh, yeah,
and
that was interesting.
He explains to her, it's my responsibility because I turned him into this. It's my fault, and I need to take the responsibility. Going into what Uncle Ben taught him. I liked that. is he's leaning into what Uncle Ben taught him about being a man, taking responsibility when you have the power to do, walking around the actual quote. But then it goes from them like kissing and making out and doing stuff. Oh,
yeah.
I want to go out.
Hurt?
You want to go out? I know. Doesn't it hurt? You want to go out? I can't. My parents will never let me leave. They won't see you leave. And then they have a really quick shot, which does no justice. It has no comparison at all, which it might be a comparison, it might not be, to the Superman, the iconic Superman flying love scene, Can You Read My Mind, with Lois Lane, between Christopher Reeve.
We've never seen it. But
it's a fantastic movie.
So, wait,
we're going to do them. But no, it goes from that to Kurt Connors. Kurt Connors, yes. I need to say
Connors?
Curtain call.
Curtis Connors.
Curtis Connors having voices in his head like, well, think of the power you will lose. That's not the voice, but whatever. And then he goes, I'm Peter Parker. And then he will not stop me. I will not let you get in my way.
I'm becoming stronger every day.
Yeah. And then you cut to school, next day school, and him climbing up through the bathroom floor.
With his jacket on.
With the jacket on.
He looked way better with the jacket.
Looks way better in Act 3 with the jacket on.
Yeah, why did he rip it off so quick? Let him have it like the comics.
The design looks way better with the jacket.
But that makes up for the stupid face.
Weird pacing, though. I keep saying it was so weird.
Yeah, I can see
bad.
that.
They launched right into that action sequence without any preemptive, like, what do you want to call it, preparation. Do something like they did in Spider-Man 2 when Peter and MJ are at the cafe before Doc Ock shows up and you hear the boom, boom.
And then the car.
Outside, and the car flies it. Do something like that. You don't just have him la-di-da, I'm sitting in class, and then all of a sudden the lizard climbs up and attacks. Just abruptly. You need to have some suspense, I think, leading up to that moment.
It did happen
some
real
suspense.
quick.
It happens way too quick.
This is Peter Parker's camera. I gotta go. So the lizard just completely took over his mind because he knows him and
he would never do that to Richard Parker's son. It's the lizard.
Right, which is so weird. Like that turn. I don't know. It's weird. It's fine. But it's a cool fight scene.
It is a very cool fight scene.
And we get a cool cameo from
Stan Lee. Cool webbing scene of him climbing all over him. I did like
the way he uses the webbing in this is...
Yeah. The way he shoots it, he uses it is very cool.
He uses
But that was one of my big problems and pet peeves, is just that pacing was just so off.
So how... This antidote. Was there already one that was made? Did Gwen... that kind of just happen? Like, all of a sudden there is one.
I gotta be honest, I don't really remember exactly. I think there was, like, they figured out a serum just by... I don't know. I don't remember.
But I like how it shows how smart Gwen is, too.
Yeah. They somehow had one, like the formula for one already.
Well, that's in Act 3, never mind.
Somehow, the serum has returned.
Somehow, Kurt Connors has returned to human form.
What? Secrets only the Sith knew.
Yeah, how? This could be an interesting plot device. I don't know, man. Sith knew it. Cool. So this lizard thing. We kind of...
I'm going to call him Goomba.
You should. I'm going to call him Old Lizzie. Old Lizzie McSpider. As I said.
Yeah, I get the reference now.
Good. You want to move to Act 3?
What? Let's see. Are we missing anything?
No.
What do you think about Dennis Leary's?
Oh yeah, that whole thing.
The Captain Stacy. Well, I really should have been introduced earlier in the film.
Yeah, I like him though. Dennis Leary's always a joy to watch.
Oh, what do you think we do all day? Just eat donuts and have our thumbs firmly shoved up our asses?
What if he'd have come back with...
That was hilarious.
You don't? No. That would have really pissed him off. Why do they hate him?
Cop who wait.
No. But you have to ask to be your bull. Oh,
what?
Man. Nothing. It's from Tommy Boy.
Oh.
There's a... Oh, I got to show you a clip from the movie Bad Santa. That I got to show you. Remind me after.
Okay.
Don't let me
Bad
forget.
Santa.
It's really fun.
I got to remember it.
Remember you people.
You people.
The clip.
Okay.
All right. So.
Let's talk about the guy on the bridge because that's important. My son.
That's my son.
My son.
My boy.
No, Harry Potter. I know.
Yeah. He does. My son's down there, and then Peter's like, there's a big lizard, or do I save the kid? Fine. And then
he did the right thing.
He did. He saved the kid. He tossed him because he needed him to crawl up. He's holding the car. The kid's down there. He can't reach him.
No,
so he needed to give the kid confidence. Like, look, it's just a mask. I'm just a kid. I'm a dude. Put this on.
It does the same. Oh, that's such a good scene now that I think of it. Now that you say that. It's a real good scene. Because put it on. It makes you stronger. It makes you more powerful. It does the same thing with Peter. And when he takes it off. Hi, Kitty.
Hi, you heard
when
me
he takes it off and gives it to him, he still has the same confidence that he has as Spider-Man. But he's Peter Parker. He's unmasked. So that's a transformative moment for the character of Peter Parker. And that he can feel more confident, I guess, without the mask on. Because it's almost like a different character when he's wearing the mask, smart mouth Spider-Man versus more timid Peter Parker. I like that. That's a great moment.
That's a really good moment with the kid in the car and the crawling out. Notice that when he webs him, he gets his chest. That's kind of his go-to. Just remember how that might not always be the best.
Like I said, that was foreshadowing when he threw Gwen out the window and webbed her.
Yeah. Did he do it at her chest?
Torso.
That's what I meant. Torso. I guess I missed that part. Dang it. Or I wasn't paying that close attention. Shoot skis. I don't know. You want to go to Act 3 yet?
Yeah, he webbed her torso.
Remember that.
I'm sorry.
Remember that.
That's very inappropriate.
Why?
It was a double entendre.
Oh.
You didn't get it? I'm surprised. Joel would have gotten it.
Joel would have. He'd have been... or something. And then he would have made a joke like,
"You guys,
yeah, he jizzed your torso."
you guys are making me sound like some sort of sexual
deviant
escapade.
No, Joel, you have done that yourself. Well, Hamburger Mary trivia.
What the fuck are you saying?
Genevieve, I don't know. Those are just the things he talks about. Well, Laker marching band had the Hamburger Mary trivia. Yeah. The book.
And why don't you guys go fuck yourself?
Well, the book Hamburger Mary trivia in the book sex. So, Act 3.
Anyway, sex.
He's gonna message us when he hears this.
We just talked about that recently.
That was funny. That was funny in the Dark Knight wrap up.
Here, I'm gonna do Boston ass as Joel. Misa do no. Anyway, sex. That
was a fun episode. He said he's gonna be on next series.
Well, hopefully he doesn't. Well, maybe he won't listen.
Maybe he doesn't. Hopefully he doesn't get too scared.
He'll be like, "Well, yes, I'm."
I was going
Joel.
to, but fuck you guys. Anyway.
Yes, I am. Thank you for that non-introduction.
Find somebody else to do your intros.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I ain't getting paid for this.
Jeez, we love him. Love Joel. We love Joel. Joel's a good guy.
We love him. It's all in good fun.
I saw Genevieve at the store today.
Really?
Yeah.
And Joel
we were
wasn't
shopping.
with her.
No, he was working at Hamburger Mary's. He was. But we went grocery shopping after church, and I saw her there.
Did you say hi?
Yeah, I did. And I was like, where's the old, trying to think of something fun to say, but I couldn't. But anyway, he was working.
Where's the old limp dick at?
Shout out. Dang it. I always think of something too late. I should have called you. Hey, Christian. Well, what's something funny I can say?
No, we're kidding. No, we're kidding.
We are
Joel.
kidding.
It's
Joel.
all. It's just a joke.
It's all a big joke.
We're
kind of like what's in your pants. All right. Do you want to go to Act 3?
Okay.
You want to go to Act 3?
Why don't we move on? We're good.
So I'll do Act 3.
You want some hot cocoa?
I'm on my period. Doesn't she say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm late. And doesn't she say she's late?
No. Act 3.
Okay.
Act 3. Well, how did that happen, Gwen? I got webbed. Okay.
Oh, wait. No. Oh, there's a moment. Oh, there's a moment.
I'm sure there is.
There's a moment. Oh, there's a line. I can't remember. Oh, shit. I'm trying to think. It's so funny. Oh, I can't remember it.
I wish I could share the humor with you right
I can't
now.
remember it. It'll come to me.
Hot cocoa houses, Gwen.
I've been webbed or something. I've been bitten. Oh,
me too.
She says, yeah, he tells her, I've been bitten.
Yeah.
I've been bitten. And I turned to my roommate and I was like, by the love bug.
But then she kind of does say that because she's like, me too. Oh, that's them making out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to go, or, no, that's act 1, but do you want to go do some?
You want to go?
We don't have to do that. But then we can do this other thing.
The dinner's also weird when he's poking at the fish and just the mom's delivery.
You don't know how to cope.
Help
him, Harry.
Yeah. Help Gwen's friend. Like, did he even eat any of that fish? Didn't look good. I love, what's that fish called?
I don't know.
Bear slinger.
No, bear slayer.
I don't know. It's like bar and slinger. Yeah. Oh, the son. He's from
another
Vacation. Ed Helms.
Never
Vacation.
seen it. I've never seen it.
He's in something else too.
My friend said he was from another show, but I can't think of what the show is.
Yes.
Because the kid was like, not the kid. My roommate.
I think he was
the
in
roommate
Fuller
was like,
House.
he's in something. No, he's not in Fuller House.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Well, now we have to look. I'm going to go to IMDb.
Kid from Spider-Man.
Well, no. Well, no. I'll do it. I'll write it.
No. I don't want to talk to you. My wife died in there.
Dude, The Amazing Spider-Man was 2012.
I know. I was going to say that earlier when I was doing the little note searching earlier. 2014 was The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
What's his name? Andy Pessoa. No, is his name Gordon?
I don't know.
That's not him. Let me see all of them. I want to look at all the cast. Show me all the cast, please. Oh, wait. No.
While you're looking for that.
Jack. Is his name Jack?
Maybe.
No, it is this guy. He is in... Yep, it's him. He's in... No. That's not him.
What shows?
It's not him. What is he in?
Better Call Saul?
No. Why can I not... Oh. It won't... Show me the entire cast. Okay. What's his name? Helen Stacy.
It's one of
Gordon.
The boys.
Obviously.
Thank you, detective.
Howard Stacy. I think it's Howard. His name is... Yep, that's him. He is in... Vacation. Curb Your Enthusiasm. No. The Santa Clarita Diet.
That's what my roommate said.
Okay.
That's the one.
That's what she said. I feel like he's in a Disney Channel show too. He's not. I don't care. Do you want to finally go to Act 3 now?
Yeah.
I gotta stop him, though. I have to, because I created him.
What do you mean?
I gave him an equation that made all of this possible. Something my father had been working on, secretly. Now I realize why he kept it a secret. Wait, this is my responsibility. I have to fix it.
Okay, Act 3. Lizard gets ambushed by police and shit down, but I think I meant shot down.
First we get Peter Fonda, and now we get shit down.
He retaliates with green gas to turn them to lizards. Gwen goes hero mode to get the antidote from Oscorp and get everybody out, while Peter gets caught by the police and revealed to be Peter in front of Captain Stacy, who then lets him go and says, "Don't shoot." But one guy apparently took that as shoot. Hey, come on. Defund the police, am I right? Look at that. No training. Just kidding. Come on. That police officer just sucked. That was a joke. Everybody, can we relax? Conservatives, can we relax? Sorry. Where was
Bad
I?
apple doesn't ruin the whole bunch.
Yeah, he gets shot in the leg. Gets shot in the leg and just apparently rendering him completely useless.
Yeah.
Luckily,
I'm going to stop talking.
Luckily, some crane operators were working late, and they happened to know where Spider-Man was trying to go, so they lined themselves up to aid the big web swing. Peter faces off against Lizzie, and Captain Stacy helps, but gets stabbed by the lizard, and Spidey loses his web shooters, but he clutches out though, makes his way to the lizard powder spreader and replaces the lizard powder with the antidote, saving the city and turning Connors human again. Connors saves Peter from falling, although Peter could have just grabbed the side of the building because his hands were sticky. Captain Stacy dies, but makes Peter promise to leave Gwen out of the madness. Stop seeing her. Peter brings eggs. Instead of saying home, I think I was typing on my phone. I said hole. So Peter brings egg hole finally. Man, autocorrect is really getting me. But he brings eggs home finally. But for heaven's sake, it's too late. She doesn't need him anymore. Aunt May's face says it all when he walks through the door with bruises and stuff. She knows who he is, but she doesn't say it, but he knows. They know that she knows. Captain Stacy has a funeral, and Gwen visits Peter, and he took Captain's forced promise way too literally. Like, bro, you could have gone to the funeral. You could have gone. That's fine. Pete sees the Spidey logo graffitied, and then back in an alley, and then back at school, he and Flash are best friends, and Flash has a cool Spider-Man logo t-shirt that I also have. And he says he'll break Gwen's promise. Those are the fun promises are meant to be. They're those fun ones.
Yeah, that's exactly what it went like.
Then he swings through the city as you do at the end of a Spider-Man film. And it's a classic Spider-Man ending, and he's a better Spider-Man than Tobey. The end credits shows the Gentleman. This guy in a top hat, nobody knows, but he's in the comics as a very minor character, and he somehow gets into Kurt Connors' jail cell and says, "Hey, does he know about his father?" And then Kurt Connors like, "Leave him alone." Sweet, we found out nothing important. One of the worst end credit scenes of all time. And that's it.
Hey, Kevin Feige was an executive producer again.
He apparently, we didn't do any trivia things, but
no, we didn't.
He apparently had a lot of notes on the movie that they just ignored. That probably would have
really,
made it, yeah,
really,
that would have made it probably better.
Oh,
you know what? I'll do it in a couple years when I get the rights.
Well, here's
back.
the problem.
Go ahead and do it.
Alvin Sargent and James Vanderbilt, I think, yeah, they were screenwriters, and Steve Kloves. For Pete's sake, he wrote Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, one of the most...
Actually, J.K. Rowling wrote that book.
The movie, the script,
J.K.
the
Rowling wrote the
adaptation.
screenplay, too.
Not for...
I know. I gotcha.
I'm turning into nerd mode with Harry Potter, but...
Harry Potter's cool, bro.
It is cool. I love Harry Potter.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a Hufflepuff. What are you? Slytherin? Figures.
No, I'm Ravenclaw.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't make sense.
You're Ravenclaw, yeah, and I'm Dumbledore, okay. No.
What were you going to say?
I'm saying that Alvin Sargent, I think, helped co-write Spider-Man 2, if I remember correctly. Steve Kloves did a brilliant adaptation of Sorcerer's Stone, Philosopher's Stone, almost near perfect to the book, minus a few things. Changes. But how the script here is not as polished as it could be.
No. Yeah, no. I hate in movies when there's a bigger threat, an actual bad guy, but the police go after the hero. Like, come on.
Which brings us to one of the worst. This was something I keep mentioning my roommate, but he was a little upset about it too. Like, okay, why are you going after Spider-Man when he's trying to help you guys? It's the same freaking problem.
Just let him help.
It's the same freaking problem in Man of Steel, where you've got the military going after Superman instead of the aliens in front of Sears.
Get him later. Fine. Let him help this time.
And then we have a big dramatic scene in Man of Steel. This man is not our enemy. Well, no shit. He was fighting the guys you were fighting. So why are you... See, I don't like that either. Dark Knight, chasing the Dark Knight
like
instead
how he
of the
gets
criminal.
demasked, though, and then...
I do, too.
And then just right there, he's like, yo, I got the trump card. Gwen, your daughter, is in danger, and you gotta let me go. And he's like, damn it, you got me. Fine.
Don't shoot. Shoot. Okay.
But why does him getting shot in the leg, why can't he swing? What are we doing, guys?
I don't know. I honestly... Like, it didn't even shoot him through the leg. It grazed his leg.
But then he just webs it. Maybe lead with that.
Maybe lead with that. But also, when you're trying to save the city and potentially the whole world, which brings us to another question of, are the stakes too high for an origin story like this?
I don't think they're
possibly.
That high.
Yes, they are that high. You're genetically changing the entire city through aerosol.
It's New York. Who cares?
But... compare that with Green Goblin, where he just attacked a bridge and kidnapped a woman. Smaller stakes. More personal stakes.
Well, and I mean, if you look at Homecoming, that's a much smaller... Like, that's a perfect Spider-Man movie, in my opinion.
That's also good, too, because it's Adrian Toomes, being bitter. But we'll talk about that in Phase 3.
Next summer.
And
but when we're playing catch up with the MCU.
We are. We will catch up to it eventually with Phase 4. We will catch up.
Probably.
But, the whole grazing of the leg, it rendered him practically useless.
Yeah.
And it just grazed him. It wasn't...
dude.
And not to mention, you're saving... My original point, you're saving the city. You're saving, basically, your girlfriend's in danger as well. Why isn't your adrenaline... going, especially since the adrenaline rush that you just had when your mask got removed, which was, I agree with you, that's a cool sequence when he goes all really cool. Ham on all those guys, all the police officers, until Captain Stacy stops him and looks like
his face when he looks back.
His vest is too big.
It's bulletproof, but not claw-proof.
No.
Yikes.
But no, let's him go get shot, whatever. The crane thing is another thing.
What are we doing?
Another thing that my roommate mentioned was
working
talking
at the same
about.
night, and that one crane operator knows all the crane operators, and he's the best crane operator in the world, and he saves them when he falls. Like,
Call him up. Get him on the phone. Oh, you what are you going to tell him?
My cousin Vinny? Yeah, he's a crane operator in Manhattan. Call him.
One of the best. Get him on the phone. That's Spider-Man. That's the same guy that saved my kid. We're going to help him out.
Is that guy?
Oh, yes, it's the same guy.
I never
It's the same guy.
And
I wrote down, that's a con of the movie with me, is the hokey crane sequence. It's hokey in the sense that it's unnecessary. There's no reason why he couldn't just swing across buildings the same way. Where are the cranes located? Next to buildings. My roommate was saying the same thing.
It's unnecessary.
Route. It's a more direct route, but it was unnecessary.
What if we just run around them? Just like, and then one of them was like, you said we're getting paid overtime for this, right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's so unnecessary.
Guys, I just need a second. My leg hurts.
The only reason that's like that is to, number one, I think you kind of get a vibe of like, people unite to help Spider-Man, kind of like
you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Same sentiment, but also to show how he impacted positively this guy and his son, but also the city coming together to help him. But also, if you want to be a cynic, then it's oh, they just had that in there for an action sequence so that you could have some cool cinematography of him swinging to the
cool,
building.
But have him already be there.
It was kind of cool, but then he gets to Oscorp and he's just like,
and now my web
there
shooters
seems
are
to be
broke.
something. Spider-Man is climbing up the building, and it's unclear whether or not he'll make it. Through the news
he'll
report,
make it. Like he's gonna make it. Yeah. So this fight, they fight on top of the building.
It seems to be that the toxin is turning people into lizards.
Yeah, it's not a great end fight scene, but it's cool.
There's nothing special about it.
We get the big sky beam that we see later, a couple years later in the the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot live action. I like it.
We can do those.
Good. Yeah, it's not good, but I like them. They have almost the exact same plot. Almost the exact same plot.
And that goes in with stale storylines, stale devices.
But it's fine.
The plot of the conflict, the final conflict for this movie.
It's better than doing too much like they did in the next one.
Well, they should have done what they did with Spider-Man Tobey version, having a more kept it smaller. Yeah. We don't need he's going to turn the whole city for a guy that just became Spider-Man, doesn't fully grasp his responsibilities yet, and he's saving the city from a toxic spore that all he does is put a violin. He puts a violin,
yeah.
A violin.
The lizard writes a song. Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought it said 11:50. No, yeah, it.
But it's in the okay. We're ping-ponging around. Cool shot of the lizard when he comes out of the sewers again with his little gas grenades.
And another coat.
And he's wearing the coat. Off. The coat looks so cool. The coat looks cool.
But he gets shot and it falls off.
Which, again, why? Why are you shooting? It's the same thing with shooting Godzilla approaching San Francisco.
In world, they don't know. They see this thing like, oh, you have to shoot it. That's all
or
cops
have you
know
ever
how to
heard?
do
They know
movies,
that they should know that it's Kirk Connors because Peter Peter told Captain Stacy, but Captain Stacy didn't fill in the whole crew on that. I suppose so. I'm wrong.
Kirk Connors did go to jail, so they did know it was him because they found him and because he turned back into.
True.
I do like how his hand, how it saves Peter. So, he turns back good, I guess, but then his hand is starting to go away.
He turns his good character, but he loses what he wanted.
And then Peter's like, dude, I can grab onto the building. It's cool. Whatever. Leave Gwen out of it.
Where the hell was he when he was talking to the captain?
Who?
Kirk Connors.
In the sewer.
Oh, he escaped right after. Mm-hmm. The captain. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay.
I think this was Act 2, but I like how when Peter was talking to Captain Stacy about, he turned himself into a lizard.
That, yeah.
Call him in. He's like, get out of here. And then as soon as he leaves,
he's like... Kyoto people.
He's like, hey, get me Kirk Connors. We need to talk to him. He dismisses Peter,
joking around
but then he's
about
like...
Godzilla, yeah.
All right, maybe we should actually look into this.
I liked that too because it showed that he trusted. He's
not just a douche.
Right.
Again, nobody's 100%.
He's like maybe he's right.
Yeah,
and he trusted.
Want to let Peter
it shows that even though he disagreed with him on the whole Spider-Man thing, and he's dating my daughter, so she wouldn't date somebody that's bad, I guess. True. So I still think he's a good kid.
Stay away from Gwen.
Which I gotta say, this is another issue. Dennis Leary's dying scene. It's not good enough. The performance is not believable to me. When I say not good enough, that might be a little harsh. I thought it was fine. I thought the direction was a little off.
You didn't die good.
In that, okay, think of the circumstances. He had 3 claws go right through his abdomen, probably through his lungs. And he's talking very...
He's alive. Well, okay. He stayed alive through that to talk to Peter. But
right.
Uncle Ben getting shot in the stomach.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
That's bull. I just got mad about that.
Right. Yes.
Everything else about the movie is great, though.
It's just the way he's talking, it feels not dire enough. He's laying there supposed to be dying. bleeding out, and he's talking just like he's got a really bad stomach cramp, indigestion. Yeah, is how he's delivering the performance.
He found a way to come back through the force.
Don't tell Gwen.
Like, not even coughing up blood or anything, is he?
No blood out the mouth.
Oh, that's so weird. Well,
no, don't tell Harry.
Don't tell Gwen. Don't tell her what, that you died? She's gonna know. No, don't tell her that you're Spider-Man. One more. Did you pause?
Cat's already out of the bag on that one.
No. I was just I was crying because you're dying. Yeah, no, I won't tell her.
No, and then Captain Stacy dies.
You already told her. Yeah, I already told her.
Captain Stacy.
Oh no,
Gwen!
Not again. I can't lose any more feather fingers. Gwen, your father's died. And then what if she's like, no. She handles her father's death a lot better. I'll say when she goes to
You're
talk
my
to
father.
Do you think you could pull through? No. Bill Murray, Zombieland. Oh. Do you have any regrets, Captain Stacy? Ice Age, maybe.
Not the first one, but the fourth one was a little much.
Did we stop recording? Hi, how are you? It's cool. Whew. That would have been one of the worst.
But anyway,
we almost had to. So I like the Gwen when she goes to his house,
mm-hmm.
and then she does the turnaround where the umbrella, like, it reveals her face. I love that shot in the rain of her, just the shot. I'm talking like the shot. It's
mm-hmm.
her under the umbrella, just with the rain. Okay, I
get what you're saying. It's a nice,
but it's just a
well-framed shot.
It is, and it just
the
looks
color
really
grading
nice.
matches the tone of the scene.
And then she's like, "You made it. Nope, he made you promise, didn't he?" And then he's just like,
"I didn't like that."
But then it comes back in the classroom when he comes in late to class, and the teacher's like, "Late again, but thanks for coming in. Sorry, it won't happen again. I promise." And then she's like, "Don't make promises you can't keep." And then he goes loud enough for Gwen to hear, "But those are the best kind." And then she goes, "Smile." And then he slings through the air.
You completely broke that promise, Peter.
You're still my boyfriend. When did they ever even?
I don't know.
Like, that happens in movies. Like, they just are.
I didn't like. Now I'm conflicted.
Their chemistry in this,
their chemistry is so good,
palpable.
and I guess that him and the way he, like, they're on a similar wavelength. They're in sync. They're a dyad, in that she can sense that her dad told him not to see her anymore,
because he would never say the stuff that he said.
No.
Also,
but I was talking to my roommate, and I said I didn't like that in the moment, because I didn't want him to recognize what we knew, that she wasn't there, but we knew because we were watching the scene between Peter and Captain Stacy, mm-hmm. where he told him this, and then she knows too. And it's like, well, she wasn't there. Why can't she just not know? And then it can become a thing, a development in the next movie, and not have this bad boy Peter, like, I'm the bad boy. I climb up fire escapes to go to my girlfriend's house. And
you know what, Gwen?
I was like, why can't he just use the front door? You're going to your girlfriend's house. You're trying to make a good impression. Why are you climbing up the?
And how is that never like addressed? Like, how, when? Oh, first of all, hi, I'm her dad. How and when did you get here? The fire escape.
Police chief has no problem with some random guy climbing through his daughter's window in New York City.
Well, I think he had a problem with it, but he was just like, dinner's ready. Like, okay.
Oh, Peter, you want cocoa too? Howard's making cocoa.
Sure.
Thanks, Mama.
You want ketchup or mustard? Wait, in the cocoa? Or on the fish? Neither. What was your dad talking about? I don't know. He got shot yesterday, and I think he lost a lot of blood. No, he didn't get shot. No, how many bullet holes? There's 3. He got stabbed by a lizard. Yeah, no, he didn't get shot. He's alive! Peter, it's awake. He's awake!
Scary movie?
Yeah.
Peter, it's awake.
Well, first of all,
Brenda!
First of all, he's awake.
He's awake.
No, we joke, but this movie, I enjoyed it.
What I want to say.
A lot.
I did too.
Maybe
I enjoyed.
It's because I saw it in the D-box.
With the, oh boy, how magical.
That's really what it was. I'm like, I mean, that was a good movie, but there wasn't. Come on, I own it. I own both. I own every Spider-Man movie. I own them all.
2 things. I don't own. I don't know. I don't own. Blah, blah, blah. I don't own any.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I'll go, Ben. I don't. I swear they just copy and pasted that line.
You got to put that in the recap rep. No, you can't. There's a specific. You can't put that in there because there's
Uncle Ben, why'd you have to go, Uncle Ben? I don't know. You're gonna come up with something good.
I have almost the first verse written, and I'm
Uncle Ben, where'd you go and when? Why'd you go? I don't know.
No, that's good. That's really good. That was really funny.
I'm rapid down. But
no, you did. You killed it with that, by the way.
Oh,
that was really cool. You produced the shit out of it.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for your role as the voice. Not Joel. Shut up, Joel. Sorry.
Yeah, we're done talking about you, Hamburger Joel.
This isn't about you.
Can we get Bryan Cranston in the MCU, please? Sorry.
Yes,
done.
please.
I'm done.
But also, 2 things.
Norman Osborn.
I thought it was Norman Osborn that came to talk to him in the cell, not the gentleman.
It was the gentleman.
I like what you said about Aunt May knowing, just she instinctually knowing.
Director confirmed it, but
okay.
You can see it in her face. Like she puts 2 and 2 together. He does the smile, and then
they hug, and she says it's all right.
Yes. But her face, like, this is a brilliant piece of acting. Her face saying, look, I know. And she even, like, nods. You notice she, like, it's a subtle, but just, like, a nod. Like, look, I know who you are. I
like that. Yeah, I didn't notice it.
It's very cool.
I didn't get that the first time, but now that you mention it, I like that.
Gets me hyped for a second one. I hope, man, I can't wait for this trilogy.
You know what I didn't like?
I can't wait to find out what happened to Peter's parents.
Peter Piper's parents?
Peter Piper's parents picked a pack of spider peppers. What did you not like?
I didn't like, again, going off what you said in the recap up at the top of the act, him taking it way too literally, not even having the decency to go to your girlfriend's father's funeral, even though he told her. He did go, but he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
And she said that. And she said, my father died. And everyone else was there. You weren't there. And you're my boyfriend. Come on, Pete.
What if it
use your brain.
Wait. I'm your boyfriend? I'm your boyfriend? We're dating?
Wait. No. Wait.
No, your dad. I had a thing. I have you on my computer. End credits right there.
But she should have known, could assume that he was there as Spider-Man,
well,
like
you
on
saw
the rooftop.
Look, and then he hid behind a
but
thing
she
like
didn't see him. But you kind of get the idea that she had felt his presence.
Her Spidey Gwen
her Spidey sense.
We need Spider
We're never going to see Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen. Maybe we will! No Way Home!
Maybe.
In a future movie?
I heard the next trailer shows like the big money shot of all 3 Spider-Men.
Not watching it.
Why would they do that?
Not watching it.
I have to watch it when it comes out.
No, do not do
it. There's going to be...
I'm challenging you right now.
That would mean I have to stay off Instagram until December and Facebook because there's going to be screenshots.
Well, they've already spoiled
That's not a big spoiler.
In clips and posters.
It
is a spoiler.
Deal. Yeah, but not really a big deal.
And we just spoiled it on the show.
Yeah, we did.
I just did what I didn't want to do. Good job.
Well, we knew he was going to be in it because they just happened to promote All Hail the King on Disney Plus, like a couple days before.
Well, I didn't. I've never seen that yet. Even today, I've never seen it.
Well.
But yeah, I didn't like that Peter did that and didn't show up. Like, even though he told you could have the decency to be so supportive and then end the relationship. But maybe that would be worse because you're breaking up with her at her dad's funeral. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Gwen, I know this isn't a great time, but we're through. No, there's so many ways you can explain, like, hey, if you think we should, like, I don't know. I don't know.
But don't just cold turkey, don't even show up.
Yeah, I'm not coming. Oh, that was today? He died? How did he die? What happened? Peter, I know you're Spider-Man. We've been over this. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I had it on my calendar as tomorrow. Are you sure it's not tomorrow? I thought today was just visitation.
Oh.
Are funeral jokes appropriate? They are if we're talking about a movie. Okay, we're good. Oh, you know what we're not going to get to in this one because I didn't prepare for it at all? The Stephen A. Smith. We'll do that in the wrap-up.
That's fine.
We'll do it in the wrap-up.
Fine.
That'll be a wrap-up segment.
Who am I? Mr. Parker. Tardy again. Well, at least we can always count on you.
Sorry, Miss Ritter, won't happen again, I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Mr. Parker.
Yeah, but those are the best kind.
Okay, class, open your books. Let's begin on page 1.
Well, Spencer, let's wrap up our thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man, the first one in this duology.
I liked it.
Call it. I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Charles Barkley's put his quote on the box. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Mover. Peter not showing up to the funeral's Turber.
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 Oh man.
But no, what just wrapping up our thoughts. Are you done? You done?
I don't know.
Wrapping up?
Now I'm kind of.
What do you want to say about the movie?
For Stephen A.
Yeah,
I might be able to do it. I don't feel like being loud. I like how it was shot. I like how it was like a little darker tone, modern, different. It differentiated itself from the early 2000s, the Tobey Maguire one, and I appreciated that. They had to do something different. The suit, this is going to be real controversial, but this suit is one of my top 2 favorite suits because it's the most practical, homemade looking. It makes the most sense. So, buzz off, bozo.
Okay.
The suit kind of looks like a basketball. Basketball reminds me of Stephen A. Smith. If LeBron James played... Nah. I don't have anything. Although they were in New York.
If you think of something...
They're in New York. They were in New York.
If you think of something, send it to me. And you can record it.
Sure. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might.
And I could put it in right after you said it. Basketball makes me think Stephen A. Smith. And then I'll do the... Cut it off! You like that?
Yeah. He's so fun.
Cut it off! Silence.
He's funny.
I just watched Space Jam. A new legacy. And I'm not saying he's any better.
Jordan!
Or worse.
Better than Brown! That was funny. That was a good bit.
Stephen A. Smith Show.
I used to listen to his show, but I don't anymore. I don't get the I'm not in the car during the time that it's on anymore. I think they switched channels.
Yeah. Couple things. Just wrapping up the thoughts about the movie. Did you find the score by James Horner? May he rest in peace. James Horner, famous film composer. Sure. Titanic, Avatar.
Oh.
Wrote like My Heart Will Go On with Celine Dion.
I did not know that.
Wrote ICU for Avatar. Worked a lot with James Cameron. He passed away due to a plane accident. He was a pilot and his plane crashed. I think it was in 2014.
He composed this film?
Yes, he did this film. And I like his main theme. The bum 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 bum.
I do like that.
Bum. But I found it very jarring. And I mean this with all due respect. The female vocals in some of the songs when we see the lizard. Like I
guess I didn't
in
pay
the
that
music,
close attention.
I found it very jarring and sometimes inappropriately comical in how it distracted me.
How did I throw you one of those?
No, it wasn't like that.
No, I know.
But
not sure where I was going with that.
I just found it distracting. And there were some parts which were reminiscent of Titanic. My roommate pointed that out as well. I've been mentioning him a lot. Garen Heil, my roommate. Good guy.
Good.
Was watching
Maybe we should have him on the show.
These movies. We should for one of the series.
Does he like to talk in front of just us?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Garen.
Garen?
Heil. Garen.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where was I going? Anyway.
I don't know.
James Horner, God rest his soul. Good guy. Good musician.
Cool.
Just my slight problem with his music, with the choral
just
stuff. But just in general, I like the movie, and I agree they had to do something different. They couldn't just retread what they did, what they kind of did. It was a kind of ring theory in itself. I mentioned earlier in that they're taking elements from the Toby movie and using it, like Lizard being similar to Green Goblin's origin, taking the serum on himself to test it out. They
were like, let's copy, but not really.
The main issue I have is that the Toby movie tells a better story. The Toby movie tells a more coherent, linear story, origin story.
I think I would agree with that.
With both sides being developed equally almost in tandem. Well, this one just, some points it feels like, okay, we've hit the beat, move on. We've hit the beat, move on. Okay, he got bit by a spider. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. His Uncle Ben died. We're not going to make a big deal out of it. We're going to move on. And they go by those moments way too quickly. Uncle Ben getting shot and killed is a huge moment in Peter Parker's development. Mm-hmm. And it's just glossed over, I feel. It's not given due respect.
It kind of really is, isn't it? All right, here's your husband's killer. We got a sketch, powers. And now he's gone, and we never revisit it. We do with the voicemail kind of at the end, but
it's much better in the Toby movies because it's turned into a personal demon of his, not telling Aunt May the truth and having this thing inside of him that he hasn't.
And it carries over through all three movies.
Right.
This one ends with this one.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 doesn't really matter. I guess it's been a while since I've seen it. But
I haven't seen it either. But I'm
excited to rewatch the next one.
I am too, because I haven't seen that
time.
since I saw it in theater.
Wow.
And I don't know if you went to
7 years ago.
The Grand Valley Seminar with Eric Norris, the sound designer. He was a sound supervisor for Spider-Man 2, and he did a lecture at Grand Valley that I went to.
Oh, nice.
He also did Book of Eli.
Oh, cool. I like that movie.
He's friends with John Schmidt. They went to school together.
Oh, Johnny Schmidt, nice.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. John Schmidt is one of our professors.
One of the professors.
One of the professors
at the
Grand Valley. But my main thought was the film tries to do something different and succeeds in some ways than others. I like the new tone and the stylistic choice to change and be different, but it just doesn't hit those emotional beats, the pacing issues, the motivation of the villain and how the lizard being a separate entity, the lack of emotional beats and resolutions are a big hit. And the emotional beats is in in the Toby movies, it's a big moment when he discovers his powers. It's a big moment. big dramatic. He wakes up and he's all buff. It's very slow paced with him like, oh, I can see. Oh, I'm getting muscles. Oh, I can climb walls. And this one is very, we've seen this before. Let's move forward. We've seen it already. I think
that's what they did. They didn't want to, they wanted to focus more on, okay, he's got his powers. Now let's see him use them outside instead of him getting sick and stuff. He gets twitchy.
Right.
And he's tweaking. I do like how when he opens the door handle with just his fingers very carefully. I like that.
And where did they get the money to fix all that shit?
Hits? I don't know. Where to get the money to get the
How did he stop the plumbing from the sink?
He webbed it. No, he didn't, because he didn't have those.
No.
He just put a towel over it, didn't he? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been... No.
Yeah, and that's basically it. That's basically it.
Okay, cool. So, I guess play
Spencer.
Us out. What's up?
Spencer, I have a new thing to announce at the end here. We've reached the end of the Amazing Spider-Man edition of Sequel Men, the podcast. This has been another
70.
Episode 70. We're
Milestone.
70 episodes in.
And we didn't even make any 69 jokes in the last episode.
I know.
We're really sorry, guys.
Well, we did, but
we didn't realize we did.
We know what happened with that.
If we'd have been self-aware,
the first recording that went bye-bye.
Stupid.
But, this has been a new episode, 70th episode. We've hit a milestone. But another milestone that we want to hit is taking questions from you via SpeakPipe. We're going to set up a thing on SpeakPipe where you're able to send us voicemails through your web browser or through this website. The guys at the Friendship Onion, Dominic Monaghan and Billy Boyd from Lord of the Rings fame, Peregrine Took and Mariodoc Brandy Buck.
Nerd. Yeah, I like where you're going with this.
Nerd alert.
I like where you're going with this. We'll do that.
We can take your guys' voicemails and answer any questions you have. Anything we've said that you disagree with, ask us. And we'd just love to interact with you in a more expanded way, and by using that website and using the tools that it provides, that you can send us these voicemails without actually calling in.
Yeah,
but we'll have that set up hopefully by the time this episode gets activated. And be on the lookout for in future episodes. We're going to have a little playful asking you guys some questions during the episode. Like if we disagree on something, we can say, well, what do you guys think? Send us a voicemail or send us an email. Do you think this Captain Stacy was better than the Captain Stacy we saw in Spider-Man 3?
Yes.
Like things like that. Or what did you think about the pacing of the movie?
Anything.
We'll ask you questions. We hope to get answers from you because we want to expand how we interact with the fans or new listeners as well.
Yep.
Oh, and where can you listen to us? I should probably say that.
Yeah, tell them.
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, anywhere you like to listen to your podcast. Podbean is where our podcast is hosted, so check us out. If we aren't where you normally listen to your podcasts, then let us know. Send us a SpeakPipe.
Yeah, and check us out on the social medias that we don't use, like our email, which is sequelmen19@gmail. I've
use it because you don't email us.
Give us 5 stars. Give us 5 stars. That helps everybody. The 5 stars. I'll read a good 5-star review. Find us their Twitter. We have, I think, still at sequelmen19, I believe. Instagram, we haven't posted in a while, but we still have that. Sequelmen the podcast. And the Facebook, where we do post shit. Facebook. Just search for Sequelmen the podcast, and we're there. We're there and we're posting. And with that, we can't.
Hey, that's my line. Eugene.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Well, Spencer, with that, we can't wait until the next one.
That's right, Christian. Because here at Sequel Men the podcast, all films are created sequel. Take care.
Say you'll wait. You'll wait for
The Stephen A. Smith Show starts right now.
No, the problem I have, and I know it's fictional, But the problem that I have, the movie takes place in New York City. Am I right? Christian, tell me I'm right. The movie takes place in New York. They're swinging all over the city. And I don't care. I'm not talking about Tobey Maguire's the better Spider-Man. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about Andrew Garfield's the better Spider-Man. Come on. It's new. It's different eras. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is we're swinging through New York. And now once did they mention the Knicks. Peter Parker has to be a New York Knicks fan if he's going to be in New York. Now, that speaks nothing to his character. Absolutely nothing. We'll be taking calls in the next segment. Keep it here.